Hit!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the very first late night cast with Dark Knight Dante. How are you all doing today? Bear with me while I get my boy Diconius on the line. Diconius, you there? Wait a minute. You fucking should be here.
Hello?
There we go, there he is. Yeah, sorry everybody, I'm still working out the kinks at the moment, like trying to figure out how I want the overlays and everything to go. Like all that good shit. I'm still trying to figure all of that out. Well, I appreciate that, man. Like I'm still trying to figure out like positionings and stuff. Like where do I want certain items and stuff, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I guess we could do that later, David. We could listen to the court hearing later, after the main crux of this, which is going to be a self-indulgent interview that Diconius wants to do with me.
Self-indulgent.
Hey, I'll fucking admit, you wanted to do it. I said I would do it. Hence, clearly I am a self-indulgent motherfucker. Clearly.
I'm not gonna say anything because I know it's probably true.
Exactly. You see, you get my point. So yes, I'm still. I have ideas. I'm doing well, Batman. Thank you. I have ideas for what I want. Like, I want the background instead to be this static. I want the background to be a picture of me in a opening up, like into a Batman suit, a Batman-like suit. With DND on my chest.
That's actually not a bad idea.
And the start screen, instead of that static, please stand by, it's going to be a picture of me on a rooftop looking into the distance at a D&D spotlight, knowing that the detractors need me. Again, self-indulgent. And completely egotistical. But very, very self-aware.
Well, self-indulgent, egotistical, and I can't really think of another word.
That ain't my screensaver. That's just a placeholder background. Better than just it being black. Not there's anything wrong with being black. I don't mean it like that. No matter what way I put that, it's gonna come off horrible. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just quickly change the before we begin again, sorry, let me just quickly change that background there. Could also have your social media at the bottom. You're right, I probably could, definitely. I could have that at the bottom. Did you know Nancy is best girl other than so who the fuck? Cornelius, help me, you're autistic, you get that reference, right?
Did you know Nancy's best girl other than Naruto? Must be an LSB thing.
Maybe. I was thinking for a second, then it said Naruto. I was like, I don't watch Naruto.
No, Nancy, I believe, is someone from the court hearing.
Well, like I said, we'll probably get around to doing that. Give me a second, because what I'm going to do is, I've been meaning to do this for a while, but now I'm actually going to get around to doing it once I can find where the... There it is, chatbot. Oh, chat box. Instead of boxed, let's have it...
It should be you as Dante slaying Phil demons, LOL.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Oh wait, here we go. Naruto is from Persona 4.
Oh, okay. I've not played Persona 4. As much of an asshole as that makes me, I've not played Persona 4. Does that look okay, or should I change it back? And should I keep it as the boxed? And just... Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on, I know what I could do. I could do this. Give me a second. I could change it to the bot. I could keep it as box, but I could have it Dark Knight Demons versus Dark Knight Demons. Or Dark Side Demons versus Dark Knight Demons.
No, it should be the Dark Side Demons versus the Dark Knight Slayers.
Fuck yeah. Okay, I actually have an idea of what I could do. That's height. Hood.
Let's see. Comp suggests keep it as a box so everybody's name doesn't cut off.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna have it like this. This will make once you see it, it'll make sense. I might. There you go. So that's what it's gonna look like. So it's now gonna reach to the very top instead of like halfway. Because then in the middle we've got this. In the middle we've got this, which this is for viewing purposes in case we need to watch, in case I need to watch something or we need to watch something or what have you. Again, so professional, so professional. Like I said, there we go, perfect. Like, I've just had a lot on my fucking plate recently, and I just need... And this was just something that, unfortunately, I just didn't get around to doing. What do you mean, David? Honestly, surprisingly, Memology just subscribed, and I'm honestly surprised. I thought he was already subscribed. Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Mosk wants to know if you've ever seen Spaceballs.
Yes, sorry, a real long time ago. Like, how? Honestly, I've always made references towards it. Wait a minute, hold the fuck. Did he just fucking donate? Oh, I think, yeah, he did. Well, someone just donated $1. $1, y'all. Thank you.
$1 a month, man.
$1 a month. Yeah, Susan is the head of YouTube, so like that's what's come up. Because here's the thing as well: if we get more people on, or if we have a plan to have more people on, it's basically going to be stacked. Basically, all of the pictures or cameras are going to be stacked, like from on one side. So then in the middle, we've at least got where everybody can get views. We can see what's being viewed in the middle.
So sort of like a VGP kind of thing.
Kind of, but unlike VGP, I've actually got an overlay. I love the guy. I love FC Violent. I really do, but I need to teach that man how to fucking crop all that shit out. Like, just get everybody's individual cameras. I really do. Really do. If only it was only it was $100 so you would survive Game Grumps Paper Mario. Damn it. You got a fucking sharp memory if you remember that one.
He'd need a lot more than $100.
I'd probably do it for 100. I'm not that stingy. Like, I'm really not that stingy. Alright, so yeah, I mean, like I said, like I've been talking about, because Diconius has wanted to do this for a while. The first section of this is going to be only $100. Yes, only 100. Well, £100. So it's more than $100. This is gonna be almost 1-to-1. You know what, Declan? If you explain this and explain your reasons why. Because I want to know fully.
Alright, so how this is gonna work? This is gonna be me interviewing you, but I'm also gonna be taking questions from chat because I want this to be interactive with everybody. And there goes my phone. So, Chad, if you have anything you want to ask him that you want to know, that's within limits.
But well, to be fair, we should set the parameters. I'm willing to answer pretty much anything except like the real personal stuff, like things that obviously people will be able to use to find out where the fuck I live, like my real name and shit like that. Then again, I mean, the internet detectives out there will probably already fucking know. So
pretty much Mosk.
Well, I mean, he usually always is anyway.
Damn, no questions about credit card details.
Exactly. See, he gets it. Even a man like Comp can get it. I thought Dante was your real name. No, Dante is not my real name. Dante has been a nickname I've had for majority of my fucking life at this point, but no, Dante isn't my real name.
And if you have to ask me, no, Dick's not my real name either.
It is. It is. Alright, so shoot if you want.
Do you have 14 maxed out credit cards?
I don't. Wait. My life is ruined. That's how much I've tried to do it. Was it based on? I guess we should just start on Dick's real name is Richard. I guess I could answer that question before we move into yours, Dicloni. In fact, I'm sure that's a question of yours, isn't it? Like, where did I get the name?
And how you got started? Yes.
Okay, right. So we'll start with the name. The name was actually given to me by an old friend. I knew when I was a kid. Well, teenager more like. And he had a real it was kind of like stupid edgelord shit when you're a kid. And his name was Shadow. And it's like, you can look back on it and laugh like really fucking hard. Believe me, I have. But like it was just a thing around with the guys where we just had these little nicknames. Like, you had a dude we called him Hartley, but that was actually his last name. But like because it was better than his first name or how he saw it, we always just called him Hartley. There was Daisy. That wasn't her real name, but like we just called her Daisy. And the funny thing is that said, I hung out with a real metal crowd back in the day. So calling someone Daisy, you know you gotta love it. But yeah, so like I'd been with them for a long time. I've been chilling with them for a while. That was my turn to get a nickname. And I used to have this back when Devil May Cry 4 came out. They brought out this keychain that was the symbol of Sparta. And I always wore it, like, no matter what. It's a shame. I'm trying to find a new one because I'd love to make it, but I always wore it as a necklace because it just looked so cool to me. And I also had the Devil May Cry 4 hat, which unfortunately got destroyed. So they saw all of this. They knew I was a big Devil May Cry fan. So they thought, we're calling you Dante. And it was just that simple. It was my love of the Devil May Cry series that they just looked at me and said, "You're Dante," and like I said, it's just stuck ever since. And I think I was like 14. I'd say around 14 when I got that name. So I've had that name for over 12 years. I've literally stuck by that name for 12 years. And as far as my how I got started, well, when it came to YouTube, I started 5 years ago. Just over 5 years ago now. And this was around the time I was still in a band, but like we was doing shows and stuff. But a friend of mine, Adil, owned a store in my town where I used to do I used to go out and hang with him. I used to build PCs. That's who I learned to build PCs from. I just sat and watched him do it while we chilled, and then I started taking apart and building PCs in the back of his store. And he had an Elgato Game Capture HD, which I still fucking have, and that's what I used to record my videos. And obviously, my very first playthrough was Metal Gear Solid 4, but at the time I was still in college. I was still on my music course in college, so it unfortunately, though I really did want to do it, like it wasn't my priority, because I like the people who've inspired me, like PewDiePie definitely inspired me, but that's mainly because I just found him funny when I used to watch him a lot. Markiplier, Cry, as he was known by, it was the dude with the mask, you know, the almost straight face mask. Are you familiar with him?
No.
If you look up Cry Plays, you should find something of him. Then there was, yeah. So we do have some people who do know who Cry is. James Rolfe was a real big inspiration for me as well. But mainly because of the determination aspect. Like his videos were really funny, and I got introduced to it by my friend John. And he introduced me to that, and he also introduced me to Screw Attack, which is another site that inspired me, was the Screw Attack Top 10s. Like, I used to go on the Screw Attack website a lot and just binge watch a lot of their videos because they were just always so good. I always enjoyed them. I think this was after Tom left. I'm not entirely sure. I think it might have been a short time before Tom left that I watched a lot of Screw Attack stuff. And Total Biscuit was another one. Like he was just like he was definitely one of the biggest ones that inspired me, and also one of the biggest inspirations for me to get into PC gaming. Actually, because I haven't always been a PC gamer. I was always console. Obviously, PCs require a lot of money, so I again, I stuck with consoles because they're expensive, didn't have a lot of money. Then I started watching his stuff, Total Biscuit stuff. I was like, I'm gonna get into PC gaming, and I had then at that point I did have a really basic PC, like a work PC, but it was strong enough that I was able to run Command & Conquer 3 Tiberian Wars, which is one of my favorite RTS games of all time. And I've always loved RTS games, and it's kind of where I got my start in PC gaming, was watching RTS. My real dad, the old man, used to play PC games a lot, like Far Cry, Half-Life 2. Like he used to play PC games, but I was never allowed to play on his PC, never. But I was allowed to watch, but never allowed to touch. Yeah, so, but I would say the old man was definitely one of the reasons why I was also hesitant, because it was something that he did, and you can tell that I'm not exactly close with my old man. So, but then when I eventually got into PC gaming, I fell in love with it, and then obviously Total Biscuit passed away, and I did a specific StarCraft 2 live stream when he passed away to link to his wife's GoFundMe so she can be supported, because I'm not gonna lie, when Total Biscuit passed away, that was like, it's the unfortunate thing. Like my own grandfather had cancer as well, and he passed away just this past weekend. And with Total Biscuit, it was kind of a similar situation. Like, obviously, I'm more upset about my grandfather because I knew him and he's related. But like I said, Total Biscuit was a big inspiration for me. And when I saw that, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry because, like, despite what some people could say about him and some of his later stances, like that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a guy who inspired me to get into PC gaming and also get into my style of content, whether it be commentary or just let's plays in general. He's also like I'm not afraid to say this. He's one of the reasons why I actually started the preview screen. Which honestly, one of the worst parts about that is getting access to betas and stuff like that now, because obviously they lock them behind fucking pre-orders. But Total Biscuit was one of the main reasons I started the preview screen, where I basically try and deep dive as much as I can into demos and betas and alphas and stuff like that.
Not to cut you off for a minute,
go ahead.
But when Total Biscuit died, do you think you kind of lost a part of yourself, or do you think you found it?
No, I didn't. Like I said, I don't feel like I lost or gained any piece of myself from Total Biscuit dying. It was just a case of this is one of my heroes that this is one of the heroes that I watched and inspired me, and like regardless of anything, I was just upset that he passed away, because he was, like I say, he was still a young man, and to die the way he did was just fucking awful. I would definitely say, if anything, actually, I would say I gained something. I gained more of a determination, because I mean, if you look at post Total Biscuit, and then pre and then post, I definitely started hunkering down and started definitely getting a better schedule, and like really ramping out my content and trying to fine tune a lot of things.
And quality wise, I think you've gotten a lot better since.
Dude, in my opinion, like it's kind of funny, because like there's some content that I can look back on my own and I think, oh, this is fucking awful. Like my Metal Gear Solid 4 playthrough, though in my own mind I did really well with that game. Like, style-wise, like, my editing and stuff like that, it's fucking awful. Because you go from, like, when I was using a camcorder and my recording area was just completely the other way around. I was sat on a fucking couch playing it. Because it was a camcorder pointing at me. Because back in the day, I used to record my webcam with a camcorder. I think I still got it around here somewhere. I think it's in one of my drawers. With a camcorder, and then I'd record the game with my Elgato Game Capture HD. Because unlike some people, I didn't start out with camcorder, because I knew if I was going to go into this, I needed to go in with some decent quality. Mm-hmm. And I actually have tried to evolve with the times when it comes to that. But like the worst part about editing back then was, I had to look for subtle inflections on my face, like the light from the screen brightening up my face. Like, say if an explosion goes off, it gives off a flash, and that's obviously going to reflect off of my. It's going to show on my face, because my face is going to lighten up. That's actually how I was able to link up the audio and the video, and the audio and video from my webcam to my gameplay, was I looked for subtle inflections on my face. Like, it was just something that I had to do basically DIY style, because I didn't use a webcam. And then when I moved to webcam, it became a lot easier, though I still had to do a similar thing, because then I started, because my PC wasn't strong enough, weirdly, to run OBS and my Elgato at the same time. Then I was able to move everything over, and then I started using webcams, and then everything became easier.
So when did you start playing video games? Like what age?
Oh,
and what system?
Super Nintendo. think I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. I started on the Super Nintendo, and one of my very first games to my memory, because it was a long time ago, was Super Metroid. And with like when it came to the Super Nintendo, like I played a lot of games, like played Starwing or yeah, Starwing. It's Starwing here, or Foxwing, whatever. Star Fox, sorry. But over here it's Starwing. Oh, sorry. Fucking translations are always confusing me. Super Mario World, Super Metroid, and somebody who actually lived. This was ages ago, and I lived. That was like 2 houses ago for me. We live, dude, like behind my house, on the street behind my house, actually owned a Super Nintendo as well, and that was actually my first. That was my first instance of playing Donkey Kong Country as well. And then from there, we got a PlayStation 1. I played a couple of games on there. Then, just out of the blue, one morning I wake up, I go downstairs, I want to play on the PlayStation, because it's in the back room, not in my room, it's in the back room, and it's gone. Like, the PlayStation's gone, all of the games are gone. I'm like, I'm distraught, because it's like, my hobby, the love of my life is gone. Come to find out, and this is my first thing, I got in deep shit for this. I snuck into my parents' room and looked in the wardrobe, and in there was a boxed, brand new PlayStation 2. So, I can't remember if it was for my birthday or Christmas. I'm gonna say Christmas. So what I did is I actually took the PlayStation 2 out, snuck it into my room, undid it carefully as all hell, plugged everything in, and started playing this demo disc that came with it. Now, there was 2 games that immediately jumped to my mind about that demo disc. There was this airboard game. It was like Tony Hawk, but you're on hoverboards. I remember the game, but I just never could for the life of me remember the name of the game. I remember seeing it because I played it quite a bit, and I wish someone would tell me what it was, because I'd love to actually revisit that game. But like, it's like Tony Hawk, but you're on a hoverboard. It isn't Jet Set Radio, because that wasn't till much later. This was like, I think, early PlayStation 2. And the other one, and this is where it all began, was the trailer for Devil May Cry 1.
Oh, nice.
That was on the demo disc that came with the PlayStation. So, but yeah, so when I was done and I was gonna put it away, because I did this like 2-3 times, and it was on the 3rd time that my parents, or specifically my old man, pretty much gave me shit, because they knew that I was sneaking in, taking it and playing it and then putting it back. But I still got it for Christmas, and there's 3 games I got with my PlayStation. I didn't get a memory card with my PlayStation. Oh, it was Airblade. Was it Airblade? Fuck, I need to bring that up. I need to look into that.
Hold on, I can find it. Give me 1 second.
But there was 3 games I got. I think one of them might have been V-Rally. I'm not entirely sure, but there was 2 other games. And keep in mind, I was really young at this point. There was 2 games that came with my PlayStation 2 that I remember and love to this very fucking day because of the memories they gave me. Escape from Monkey Island and Half-Life for the PlayStation 2.
Let's see. Airblade, the gameplay is very similar to early Tony Hawk games.
It might be Airblade then. It might just be Airblade. But yeah, that was also my first instance of playing Half-Life as well. It was Airblade. Yep, I'm looking at it. It was definitely Airblade. So yeah, that was the playable demo that was on the disc. But yeah, Half-Life, I absolutely loved Half-Life. I completed it when I was a kid, fucking loved it, even played through it as a Vortigon when I found the cheats for it, because it was amazing. Didn't have one of the worst things is, you get a PlayStation, don't get a fucking save card, so I had to keep replaying Half-Life, and even had to keep the PlayStation 2 on just so I wouldn't lose my save file, just so I wouldn't lose my progress. It was a trying, beautiful time.
So let's see. Batman asked, "Do you like Castlevania?"
Yes, I actually do like Castlevania. The limited amount of times I played some of the Castlevanias, I didn't play Castlevania Symphony of the Night till much later. I've played I played 1, 3, Symphony of the Night, a little bit, and not completed it. And some of these, like I said, were a while ago. I'm trying to remember. I think it was. Cause we've talked about this before, and I mixed up 2 of the names. I think it was Azul that might have corrected me on this. I think it was Portrait of Ruin I've also played. And I dabbled a little bit into Castlevania, the reboot, and Castlevania Lord of Shadows 1 and 2. In fact, they're actually on my list of games to Let's Play in the future, because I've got a Let's Play of Castlevania 1 up, and I'm planning on doing Castlevania 2 and kind of working my way through the series.
So from Metal Gear Solid 4 to now, how do you think you've improved?
I've definitely... Okay, so as far as the improvement, some of that definitely comes down to a technical aspect of, like, my tech is better. Like, way fucking better. Because, I mean, you can... There's only so much you can hide with... There's only so much you can actually hide with clever editing. Like, you really... That will only get you so far. You need to be able to at least have reasonable tech to be able to keep up. I mean, my recording streaming PC isn't anything... I mean, I say it's nothing spectacular, but some people would disagree. But, like... I went from having just one PC and not being able to really do PC games because it would just max out my PC, to then and only doing console stuff. Because if you actually look, a majority of my earlier stuff was basically console stuff. Even when I played Wolfenstein The New Order the first time, that was console, that was PlayStation 4. But that's because it was just the easiest way for me to record, and the easiest thing for me to record. And then obviously I later then bought, I obviously got handed a second PC that I've built up and now I'm able to record off of it. As far as editing wise, it was definitely learning how to use OBS correctly. Like, absolutely correctly.
And before I get into the next part of my question, let's see, Comp says, what are Let's Survive you're not going to do?
As far as Let's Survive on this channel, definitely, it comes down to just the time aspect. Like, I
like
honestly,
Paper Mario.
No, here's the thing. When it comes down to stuff like Paper Mario and stuff, I do complain that I feel like it is too much. It's not that I'm not at all willing to do it. Like, I'm willing to do, like, Donkey Kong 64, Paper Mario. I'm willing to do them. I need to kind of motivate myself to go into it, because, like, you're asking me from doing, at least when it comes to something like Halo, where it's over near 3 hours, about, or something that goes to 4 hours, or something like that. I can at least turn around and say that I can split this into 3 parts. You know what I mean? Like that's like a week thing. I can do a week thing. But when you've got something that's as long as like 10 fucking hours, I look at that and I think that is at minimum, that's 5 days. Like that's 5 days of doing a video. No, that's 5 days of doing just one fucking video. So after unless I'm in the right mindset, I could see myself getting halfway through it and like, this is just boring me. Like, I'll just go into absolute arsehole territory, and I'll be like, no, this could have been taken out. This could have been taken out. This could have been done a different way. Like, all of this stuff, I go into full-on cunt mode and just start critiquing the video instead of critiquing Phil. Like, I critique some Let's Survives, but that's purely from, like, a place of improvement. From a place of betterment and improvement. I just go straight into cunt mode and just be like, Why? Not only have I got to deal with these assholes playing a video game so fucking horrendously, I've got to. This is gonna take multiple days of my life, and I've got to, and I'm just gonna slowly slip into a state of, basically a state of, for fuck's sake, what the fuck am I doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I also think the other thing is, most of it's filler. I mean, would you agree there?
I would say some could definitely be filler. It depends on the context of the filler. Like, I can't, yeah, some of it could be filler, and I would say that's definitely a trap that some editors definitely fall into. Like, I am guilty of that myself, and I try and avoid it as much as possible. But, like, there needs to be a distinction between what is worth keeping in and what is what is stuff we've already heard before, just said differently. Like, I'm sure it was a Let's Survive that for some reason kept in part of a pre-stream like halfway through of Phil like talking about the money. It's like, we already know that this is nothing new. It's par for the course for Phil. Like, this is bitch basic Phil that I feel could have been left out. So yeah, some of it could be filler, but some of it is just, I don't know, just it feels like, to me, from an editing standpoint, I feel like some of it could have been left out. And that's one of the reasons that's like I say, it's just a commitment thing as well as a mindset thing that I need to get into something like a Donkey Kong 64 or a Paper Mario, where I know I'm in it for the long haul.
And how do you think your personality as a Let's Player has kind of grown?
I've become more of an asshole. Like, seriously, I honestly think I swear probably 200% more than I did when I first started.
Yeah, that's true. But we love you for it.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, Mosk asks, have you ever heard of Mess Yourself?
I've never heard of Mess Yourself. I've seen it mentioned a couple of times in the chat, and I still don't know what the fuck it is.
Okay. I guess as far as I go, I mean, what's that one Let's Play that kind of got you over that hump? That's like, okay, I'm getting noticed.
That's,
I mean, what do you think that is?
the one that I think people started. I mean, that's hard to say, considering I've been slowly gaining subscribers, and I don't know. I mean, I would say the initial one was probably The Last of Us Remastered. But I also think that was there was some negative to that, because I mean, if you go back and look at some of the videos, there was some interesting comments left on a certain video. But as far as the one that I feel like did it the next, that I feel got me over the line, that's hard to say, but considering my viewers have pretty much been consistent throughout all of my Let's Plays in a sense. Like, that isn't a knock, but it is just it isn't a knock, but like, I've always had, in a sense, like, low viewers, and that isn't a knock on people. Like, I do this for a hobby, really, not the views. And to say that I wouldn't like for something bigger to come out of this would be an absolute lie. Like, if it happens, I'd be happy if it happens, but my viewers have always really been consistent. I'd say it's just that people have sporadically found Let's Plays of mine over time and subscribe for that Let's Play or watch that Let's Play, and then there've been others that have done the same with, like, individual ones. I wouldn't say there is like one that I could significantly pin down and say this is where a majority of my subscribers or views came from, because I mean, One of my biggest viewed videos is just a fucking video of cutscenes from Metal Gear Solid 4 back when I didn't know any better when it came to editing. It was just a video of cutscenes, and I think that's got like 15,000. I would say
back when it's like a 25-minute like video of cutscenes.
Yeah, that's it. That's what that back when I didn't know no better. Back when I didn't know no better. Like, because my approach to long videos like that, my approach to videos like to games that long was, and you can see it when I did the Mass Effect trilogy. I went from doing short form videos like back then to when it came to RPGs or longer games. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a good example as well. I ended up doing like hour-long videos because I knew when it came to like a game like Metal Gear Solid and RPGs, if you do short form videos, say half an hour, there's a high specific chance there was fuck all going to be in that video of substance. But if you go for an hour, there's a high chance that there's at least going to be a defining a moment of interest in the video that you can at least make a title, thumbnail, or is going to grab people in that one video. Mass Effect was probably the best example of that. Like, there's just a lot of in between stuff. Like, there was a lot of stuff that I cut as far as like traveling. Because traveling is basically just go from point A to point B bullshit, which is boring to watch. But like all three of those games were done long form. Jesus, I mean, I think at least I think maybe one of the videos. I'm thinking it might have been the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3 went at least an hour and a half, maybe hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, that's one thing I definitely changed as far as my approach, and then I've completely changed my approach again, where unless it's a sequel to a game I've already done, like The Fractured But Whole, which is a Let's Play I'm planning as well, I will not, not that I refuse, but I'd rather do a live stream of a roleplay game, because then in that 4 hours I know I'm going to get a lot done, or in some cases 15 hours. 15 hours. I'm going to...
If you plan on doing that again, I wouldn't blame you.
Probably going to happen again. I mean, it happened yesterday. I'll go into that in a second. But with 4 hours, I have more content I can put on my channel, and it's something that's for the live audience as well. That I feel is an attraction to the live audience, like my Wednesday streams, Lightning Tuesday, like Multiplayer Mayhem, stuff like that. And that in a space of 4 hours, I know for a fucking certainty I'm gonna get a lot done, and then I can put that out there on a video.
Now we got a question from David Cruz, and he asks, "Which game annoyed you the most to watch DSP play?"
That is an ever-evolving question for me, because there's been a couple. Like
we've seen you have games where you pretty much walked out, and I'm like, I was pretty much part of that when we did Persona 5. I'm like, I'm on my own here. I don't know what to do.
Persona 5 was definitely one of the ones that annoyed me, because I played that game and I really did fucking love that game when I played it, and that was shortly after I'd played it, so I'm still on that Persona high. I'm just going. Mass Effect 3 was definitely one that pissed me off. Basically, any time that Phil is exceedingly fucking awful at the game, like that I love, or he's making completely inaccurate, completely awful comments, like the fucking teabagging dead kids in The Last of Us is like, no human talks like this, no real person talks like this. Psychopaths, sociopaths, people disconnected from reality talk like this.
Another one I can think of, the original LA Noire.
Yeah. I would, yeah. LA Noire pissed me off. Again, it comes down to... It comes down to a case of inappropriate comments made by him. Like, I don't get why... Like, it's his twisted sense of humor
I
that
think
gets at me the
Phil thinks
most.
we're still in that Shaq Jackie mentality, that Shaq Jack era.
But here's the thing: the worst part about that is the argument that I could make to that is not even shock jock humor goes as far as let's teabag dead kids. That's my problem. Like he goes to the extreme of shock humor. But the problem is he doesn't have the talent to back it. Like you can look at like a Marilyn Manson. Like he pushed the extreme when it came to shock rock, but he had the talent to back it up. Phil doesn't have any of that. Like if you're going to get people's attention, you need to at least have something to hook an audience with.
Like personality?
Personality, good gameplay. Like let's be absolutely fair. If Phil had we'd still be making fun of Phil, but Phil would be far more popular and far less of a fucking lol cow if he had the talent of like a ninja. Like we'll take Ninja and we'll say we'll give Ninja a similar personality as far as like sense of humor. You combine that with the talent that he has in some games like Fortnite. Like he'll still be popular. Maybe not as popular, but he'd still be popular. Phil doesn't have anything to hook an actual audience with. Aside from the people that he has programmed into a cult. Like people who he has become dependent on, and they have become he's become dependent on them, and they're his enablers.
You know, Comp, you're actually correct. The phrase "it's just a game" is such a weak mindset, and it's actually a weak excuse too.
Yeah, my when it comes to that comment, my problem is it when it comes to that, I don't entirely disagree with it, but I do take umbrage because some people, this is some people's lives. In fact, it's his life. Like, I'll use this as an example. Like, for some people, it's their escape from reality, like their way of coping with shit. So to them, it isn't just a game. It's their outlook. It's their outlook. It's their thing. Like for him, if he suddenly started getting dominated, losing all of his viewers because he was playing shit, he can't use that excuse because it's not just a game. It's your life. Like you have made this your life. You can't turn around and say it's just a game when you've literally made this who you are. Like guys like PewDiePie, they could legitimately turn around and make the comment it's just a game because they've got other avenues. But he at this point, like he's made that his being an end all. Like I don't think he's got anything else outside of brand deals. Do you know what I mean? But all those brand deals would fuck off the moment he stopped playing video games. But then there's also the competitive edge where people like in the pro leagues, like they like let's be absolutely real here. They train, they fucking learn all the strats, everything to be competitive in a game. To them, it's a game, but it's not just a game. It's their life. Now, to people who take it, so the only time the comment "it's just a game" works for me in context is when you've got some sick son of a bitch who goes and shoots up a fucking Madden tournament because he lost. Like, at that point, the argument, it's just a game, can be used. Because you're getting mad over losing at a game. Like, it's not like someone just fucking shot your mother right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's not like someone just did that. No one's drowning your goddamn cat in a bathtub right in front of you. Like you shouldn't. Like there's obviously multiple things that were going on there. Mental health, like just the typical things. I say typical, but I think you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
But just
hold on. Another good point. Okay.
I was just gonna close it off. But it's only then do I feel like you could use that excuse because you have now taken it to the extreme. Like, once you take something to the extreme is when you're able to use the argument, it's just a game. But when you've got some dude, like, we'll use an example, a pro fucking, well, fuck it, I'll use Sonic Fox, because I love ragging on him a little and putting him in ridiculous situations, like he put himself out of the fucking VGAs. He loses a tournament, he's upset, crying, giving an emotional talk, saying, like, he's all into this, he still failed, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't use the argument it's just a game on him, because he went through all of this training. He's not like yelling at a guy. He's not cutting a fucking 20-minute promo on the guy calling him trash or some shit like that. Like he's just talking from his experience. He's emotional because like all that he went through to get to that point, and he came up just a little short. Like that is an excuse that is something that I can't say it's just a game. But if some dude, like, we'll take Low Tier God. If Low Tier God lost at a fucking FGC tournament and then cut a 20-minute fucking promo where he just talks about his BBC all the fucking time, then that's the extreme, and that's when I could turn around and say, bro, just a game.
So and here's another good point by David Cruz. Plus, he says it's just a game, but then turns around and says doing romance in video games when you're with someone is cheating.
Could you repeat that, sorry?
Okay, David Cruz says, plus he says it's just a game, but then turns around and says doing romance in video games when you're with someone is cheating.
Doing run what? Sorry, give me a second. Let me. I can't. That last one's. Oh, okay. So okay. So he's talking about Phil there, not Ninja. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's talking about Phil.
Right. Well, Phil. Yeah. No. Then Phil just that's just being a cook. Like that's just being fucking off. That's just being stupid. That's not being able to separate reality. That's A, having being cooked. Second, that is having a toxic relationship. And B and C, it is just a fucking video game. Like cheating is lusting after someone. If you're lusting after like you can find them hot, but if you are truly lusting over a fucking video game character, like you truly deep in your heart want to bang that chick, bro, she's pixels, she's polygons. Like, go out and meet a real woman.
Yeah, that's when it goes beyond the it's just a game argument.
No, when someone turns around, like I could turn around and say that. Fuck, I'm trying to think of a good example not that there isn't a lot of examples, just there's a lot of examples. Fuck's sake. I gotta turn around and say that, oh, fuck it. Jill Valentine. We'll say Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. She's hot. I leave it there. Like, I think she's hot. That's it. We'll just use that as an example. That's the end of the conversation. But then when you start going in, then you start going into Phil's mindset, where you finding a girl hot in a game now equates to cheating. You've officially disconnected from reality. Someone needs to unplug him from the Matrix at that point. Like, I could romance a girl in a game, but I'm gonna do it because A, it's an option in the game, and maybe I like their character. But it's not gonna go any further than that. I'm not doing it out of some unrequited fucking bizarre love, which Phil seems to equate romancing a character with now. He seems to equating romancing a character as in lusting over them, as in wanting to fuck them, because that's the only fucking reason I could think he would consider it cheating. And to go from how he used to treat characters, calling them bitch, sluts, all of that shit, and genuinely seeming to fucking mean it, and then going to this, where now he's married, he got cucked the fuck out.
Amy. Phil, my wife is perfect. Forget female game characters. Her.
Oh, I could think of plenty of fucking women that are way fucking hotter than his wife.
Oh, oh. I mean, Moss brings up one right now. On.
See, with that, the problem is with On is you obviously start stepping into weird territory because like the problem with using characters from the Persona games specifically, Persona 5, which has been argued a bit, is you start going from, because obviously in many countries they're considered, they are underage in many countries, like in America they're definitely underage. But I feel like the biggest problem we seem to have is, again, it comes down to context and intent. Like, I could turn around and say Anne's attractive. I could say that, and I'd leave it at that, because I mean, they designed her to be that way. Like, she was deliberately made by the developers to be attractive. Like every dude in video games is built to be look like he's been banging the roids for about 20 years and has got the biggest fucking 8-pack in the world, and he's only fucking 16. Like, you get my point? Like,
yeah.
Like they're designed to be that way. Like, we got to look at the culture. Like, you can disagree with the culture. You can disagree with the culture saying the sexualization of teenagers is wrong, and in some instances, yes, I would fully fucking agree. I'd say some instances, but you know, but then you got to look at, well, what is the legal age in America? Because the legal age over here in the UK is 16. Like, so in some instances, it will be it'd be frowned upon if like a 30-year-old, like Phil's case. We'll look at Phil's case. What was he, like 30-odd, grooming and dating a 17-year-old? Like, that would be frowned upon here. Like, it'd be legal, but people would be looking at you sideways thinking, couldn't you find someone your own age? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then but that, like I say, it all comes down to the place that you live in. Like, I think I actually said this in my Persona 5 stream. I don't feel as uncomfortable saying that I think Anne is hot because it's legal in my country. What makes me feel uncomfortable is knowing that people would judge me because they live in a society or a place where the legal age is much higher. You know what I mean? Like, it's that judgmental mentality of, well, it's not the norm for you, but it is for us. And like I said, they specifically designed the female characters to be attractive in one form or another. Like, you got on, like they're pretty much the fucking archetypes. Like, they are the basic ideas of archetypes. Anne is the hot supermodel. Makoto is the smart, intelligent, straight girl, and Futaba is the short, adorable geek.
Weird girl.
Yeah, they are fucking archetypes. We live on mediums that are filled with archetypes. I don't know. But like I said, to just bookend it, Phil is a cuck who lives in a very, very fucking distorted idea of reality.
Okay, two things. Let's see. Batman says Makoto's 18, which I don't know if that's true or not.
It technically is, considering obviously the progression of the story itself goes over pretty much an entire year.
And then Moss asked Dante, when did you start watching Spoonie until the time you stopped for a reason?
I started watching Spoonie, I think it was around his... It was... I think around the... Oh, fuck's sake. I can't tell you exactly when, because I can't think of the specific video, but it was around the... It was shortly after the Ultima 9... Ultima 9 Ascension. Because, I was with Spoon, I actually was a big fan of Spoonies, and I actually stuck by him after he got fired from Channel Awesome. I actually defended him, because I didn't know, this was before I started deep diving into a lot of people, like now, where where I then learned about all the fucking weird shit Spoonie was doing, like talking about like having a fucking Twitter page for his dog. But like from the surface level, from what it seemed like, Spoonie got fired for making a joke. And that was all I had was surface information. And seeing that and seeing the comment that he made, I was like, it's a fucking joke. He got fired for this. Like that is some sensitive bullshit. And I was like, no, fuck Channel Awesome. I'm fucking Team Spoonie all the way. And then I stopped watching him because then he stopped uploading frequently. Because like I said, the last one I watched was his Ultima 9 one, which honestly I think, as far as a set of reviews, I still think his Ultima reviews are really fantastic, and you could almost carbon date them on the evolution of Spoonie, because he goes from really basic fucking reviews with Ultima Zero, Akalabeth, that was it, Ultima Zero, Akalabeth, all the way to Ultima 9. And you can see the progression of how he developed as an entertainer, as a comedian, as an editor, and stuff like that. And then I stopped watching him because he didn't upload anymore. And then I just started watching other people.
And we've got another. So we have another community question from Comp that says, "What are your problems with the This Is How You Don't Play community?"
I don't have a problem with the This Is How You Don't Play community. My two things that I think with the This Is How You Don't Play community is, I feel like we need to, and this is something that Comp himself does, and some other people do as well, which I'm happy about, is, and I agree with and it comes also down to one of the things that happened with the Sons of Kojima, is, and it's one of the reasons why I'm doing podcasts now as well, is something Mr. Medica said that, to Fred Fox, that you need to branch out and not only laugh at Phil's retarded antics. You should branch out and laugh at other people's retarded antics. Like, otherwise you're just going to be pigeonholed and like just there's no room to grow in a sense.
Typecasted, pretty much. Yeah,
exactly. And that was one of the things that I feel like the This Is How You Don't Play community needed to do as well. Even back then, before I started doing these videos, the Let's Survives, is I felt like there needed to be a branch out from Phil, because I mean it's clear as fucking day right now. I mean, you've got guys like Joster who are saying they're getting sick of fucking Phil. You've got guys quitting retiring like Dragon, because they're so fucking sick of Phil's shit. And mainly, you got guys like LSB who just stopped doing some of the content because, like, there's nothing else to it anymore. Like, there's no, like, he's getting boring. It's only shit like this that's bringing some people back, like LSB, because he's doing his week in DSP. Now that things have gotten interesting. But, like, when it comes to Phil, with the This Is How You Don't Plays, it shouldn't have been typecasted just for him. It should have branched out. That's why I asked Dragon to do one specifically of me, to make a point. Like, to make a point. Though with Dragon, he admitted that there wasn't, he didn't get much out of it because it wasn't that bad. It was more of a case of a proof of concept that it can be done with other people. And that it should be done with other people. Otherwise, you're typecasting, you're in a fucking box, and it's going to get old very fucking quickly. Like, it will be the fucking dinosaur that doesn't evolve and goes extinct when the meteor hits the fucking scene. Because once Phil stops doing Let's Plays, like, you've been typecasted as the This Is How You Don't Play guy who does just Phil. You start branching out, you're gonna start getting less people watching. So you need to jump on that fucking horse ASAP and say, okay, no, we can do This Is How You Don't Play as of the Game Grumps. We can do This Is How You Don't Play as of
Spoonie.
Even This Is How You Don't Play as of some fucking streamers. Like, maybe there's this really bad fucking streamer who does fucking awful at video games, and they don't upload to YouTube. Just go and rip it from their shit and do a This Is How You Don't Play of that. And, like, yeah. Like, that's been my thing that I feel like it's needed to evolve, which is why when I started doing Let's Survives, I promised myself, and I think I stated on some of the other videos, I didn't want it to just be Phil, because just dealing with Phil's shit would just get tiring. I want variety. I don't want steak all the time. I want lamb. I want ham. I want different varieties. I don't just want steak. I want different kinds of meat. As gay as that sounds.
Gonna lead to my next question is, how and why did you start this channel?
Because I got kind of tired of Phil's shit. I was never a fan of Phil. Never. Like, this is just pure fucking fact of the matter. I was never a fan of Phil. I discovered Phil just by absolute happenstance when I came across a Let's Endure of the Sons of Kojima. And I started watching, I was like, dude, this guy fucking sucks. And it was kind of also a bit of a confidence booster. Like, no matter how shit my stuff may be, this guy's definitely fucking worse. And then the shit with the Sons of Kojima happened, and I was like, these guys are scumbags. Like, it just seems like there's snakes in the grass everywhere. And then I kind of watched some of. Then I was like, okay, I want to kind of. I still want to watch some of Phil's stuff, but I don't want to do it alone, basically, because no one wants to watch Phil's shit alone. But then I came to Soma Cruz, and I was watching some of his stuff, and like, no disrespect on the guy, like, seriously, like, whatever shit happened between him and Mighty D, that's his association, not mine. But it was boring to me. Like, I was watching I was watching it, and I was like, you're just quoting Phil quotes. You're just imitating Phil. Like, nothing I could do. Like, it was just imitating Phil all the fucking time. There was no actual commentary on the game itself. And there was no commentary on, like, what was Phil doing wrong. And, like, how would you have done things differently? It was just quoting Phil over and over and over again. And this was when I think he was doing Resident Evil 6 was when I noticed it. It was Let's Tolerating Resident Evil 6. And I was just kind of like, this is not helping a Let's Survive. Sorry, this is not. This is kind of making it slightly worse. I kind of wish I was just watching Phil on my own, because you're just quoting Phil. It's like a record that just got the needle broke on it. And like, I haven't watched any of his stuff recently. Maybe he's changed. I'm hoping he has. I'm hoping there is at least something different with his commentary. But like, from what I was watching, from when I watched it, I was like, nah, fuck. This is not the place where I want to be. This isn't giving me any insight or any funny commentary or anything like that. And then I looked, and there was no one else doing reactions to Phil's stuff. And that's when I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I wanna take up some. I wanna waste more of my fucking time. It's not like I've got anything else to do.
And we've mixed things up, like over the last year with the quotes and with the clownality.
Exactly. And honestly, I've kind of got to shout out LSB on that, because LSB was kind of the inspiration for that. Because LSB's got his soundboard. But the thing is LSB does live stuff, so with a soundboard, it's a lot easier to do. Because obviously, a good example, Phil gets shot dead in Call of Duty. Get fucked. Like, that works in that context with that. And when I started adding the quotes and stuff, I was like, what can I do that would be different? Let's keep a record of all the dumb shit Phil said. Let's have a quote system. Let's have specific GIFs that I can play at the correct time, that like sound clips, but would be more that would be appropriate as well, but would be a visual aid as well, like the My Brain, like obviously visual gag, and the fact that Phil is doing so fucking shit, then I'm gonna hit the button and Tayson Day's fucking head is gonna explode. It's just like pop. Then there's the bitch quit. Then there's the bitch quit, like that kind of evolved from us saying that Phil bitch quitting a game to I now legitimately have a bitch quit fucking sign. The clinality thing, that was also that was a Jossa thing, obviously, and I saw that and I was like, okay, no, I could use this. Like I want to use this clinality. For appropriate timings. And obviously, we have. And I gotta thank, again, Justin for that.
We've got a question from chat. And I don't know if Batman's asking you or if he's asking everybody. What is your favorite RPG of all time?
At the moment, it's still Metal Gear. Not Metal Gear. It's still Mass Effect 2. I know it's an action RPG, but honestly, Mass Effect 2 is still one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, boy. Let's see. RS says, it just works v Skyrim.
It just works. It just works.
Oh, man. And then one of the other, I don't say final questions. I want to talk to VGP. Who got who in?
How do you mean?
Like who contacted who first?
Oh, nobody. Jackal. So what had happened? By the way, I'm just going to address this. Yes, Skyrim is a good game. It's still a good game. I like it. No, Jackal's lair was supposed to be on the podcast. Like that's what was meant to happen. Jackal was supposed to be on it. He couldn't make it, and from what he said, he told FC Violent, "I know this dude called Dante, British dude, knows a lot about games. I can ask him if he can come on instead." And then Jackal asked me, "Dude, do you want to be on this podcast?" I was like, "Fuck, what time's it gonna be? My sleeping's fucked anyway. I'll be awake, so fuck it, I'll do it." I then went on, enjoyed my time there, got invited back literally the next week, was doing it, and yeah, then they asked me. FC came to me, said, "We want you to come in as a full-time panelist." And his exact words: "We put it to a vote, and the vote is unanimous." Like each and every single one of them at the time. This was before Omar joined. Sorry. I was gonna say something else, but I'm not gonna ruin the moment. But yeah. Kofi, Zero, Pharaoh, FC, all of them voted on me joining the podcast unanimously, and I was like, that warmed my heart. The fact that some guys enjoyed my bullshit enough that they want me on full time.
Do we have any more things from chat they want to ask you? Because I'm pretty much out of questions.
I guess I won't answer anything.
Here we go, Mosk. Here we go. Something from Mosk. What was the first Doom game you ever played?
Doom on the PlayStation 1.
Wait, there was a Doom on PS1?
Yep, it was a port. It was a port of the. It was a port, obviously, and they actually changed the music around and some of the sound effects, and it added lighting effects to the game. It was actually a really good port.
Was it from the PC port, the 64?
I think it was a port of the Jaguar version, because all console ports were basically ports of the Jaguar version, but I'm not entirely full on that. 100% on that, should I say.
I mean, games that you've played, like before you did YouTube, are there any of those that you do now that you're on YouTube?
Sorry, what was that?
Okay, like, before you started YouTube, you obviously, you played games, right?
Yeah.
Are there any of those you want to go back to now that you're on YouTube?
I've done pretty much a majority of them, actually. Like one of my biggest. I said this during Ape Escape, and I even said this during Banjo-Kazooie, but I made the point more poignant on Ape Escape because I recently did a Let's Play of that. one of the biggest concerns for me going back to playing older games that I was once good at is that I'm slower, I'm stupider, and I'm more ignorant. Surprisingly, I'm more ignorant now than I was as a child. And because I'm playing so many different games, I feel like there's certain things I'm gonna forget to do. Dragon Ball was a good example of that when I was playing Kakarot. I had to make sure that I could refresh my mind on how the fucking controls work because I'm playing 7 games a week. So it's 6 or 7 games a week. But when it comes to older games, there seems to be this stigma on YouTube that if you play an older game, like we'll say from the PlayStation 1 backwards, if you do not 100% get the good ending, everything 100% save file the game, you're not a real gamer. Like you should revoke your gaming card right then and there because you didn't 100% it. Like Banjo-Kazooie. If I didn't 100% Banjo-Kazooie, there would have been I guarantee you, there would have been so many people. Well, no one watches my shit anyway. There would have been people who said, "Why didn't you 100% it? So and so have 100%ed it." And like, there's just that stigma for some reason that it's an older game, you need to 100% it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to play older games when they have a 100% system or a game or an ending that's locked behind getting 100% of a MacGuffin, because then I wouldn't be able to complete it. A good example of that in a case of not 100%ing it is some of the reaction I got from my Arkham City playthrough. Though I fully admitted
you're going to go back to it, yes.
I'm going to go back to it, yeah, but that's not the point. Though I fully admit that I'm not the best player when it comes to Batman games, I was going to do as much as I could. And unfortunately, just time ran out for me, and just getting all the Joker stuff was just going to be... I was going to blow my own fucking brains out at that point. Jesus Christ. The Riddler trophies.
I understand what you mean. I've done that at least once or twice, and it gets mind-boggling over time.
Yeah, and when it comes to the confines of a Let's Play, the problem is you only have a certain amount of hours in the day that you can record. It isn't a case of, oh, I could come back the next day and record. No, the next day I have other things I need to do, unfortunately. So there needs to be, when it comes to recording games, this is something that I don't think a lot of people, I've said this before, that I feel like some people don't appreciate or respect or understand, really, is there is only so many hours in a day. There's only so much content I can do. Like, if I was to get it was already, I think, 11 p.m. when I'd finished recording Batman Arkham City, the final part. It was already 11 p.m. I have neighbors, and if I made any kind more noise, they probably would have called the cops. So to try and get all of the Riddler trophies, I'd be going into like 4 p.m. the next day. 4 a.m. the next day, sorry. Just trying to get them all. And that's the time constraint you have with a recording schedule. And then the problem is the next day, I have a stream that I need to do. I need to edit down all of the videos. If I had someone that edited my shit, let's just say, I'd probably be able to do that kind of crap. Because it takes a load off. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like going to San Diego, just take a load off.
Like if you had someone that edited, someone that did the thumbnails, you'd have more time on your hands.
Basically, as sad as this sounds, it is the Phil excuse, but at least with me, I can at least fucking show the receipts that I have a lot of things to do.
It's legitimate, yes.
Where Phil wouldn't. But yeah, like the next day, I think I can't remember if it isn't a hint. Believe me, I won't be able to afford one anyway. Because I'd actually pay him, unlike Phil. I think it was either way. If it was a Saturday, I had to be up the next day to start recording the next game, and if it was a Sunday, I'd have to be up to start editing all of the videos, doing the thumbnails, doing the audio. Because I've got to rip the mic audio. I've got to clean up and edit the mic audio, and then I'm going to put them together in my editing software, edit them down, let them render, which completely bricks my fucking PC because I can't do anything else because it maxes out 100% of the fucking CPU because it's an i5 CPU. It's not one of the best. So I'm stuck twiddling my fucking thumbs until it's processed. And then I've got to stream at 4 p.m. I stream for 4 hours. I have like half an hour to just sit back and go before I start streaming again on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And then you got the VGP.
But I got the VGP, and I got the VGP at midnight my time, and that doesn't stop until like 2 a.m. in the morning. I go to bed, rinse and repeat my entire fucking week. So, like that's the problem with working with such a constricted time frame, is that if I, with something like an Arkham City, there's so much shit to get that it just wasn't feasible at the time. And honestly, and I said this, it was on it. One of the problems was my approach. There's some stuff that I should have done along the way, and I shouldn't have left till last. And I will fully fucking own that. Like that was my problem. That was on me, and I'm gonna try and take that fucking advice into Arkham Origins when I do that. But there's just some things that are completely out of my control. And for example, you guys, no one's gonna fucking see this. They're gonna see an edited down version of it. But when the video for Ape Escape comes out, where I'm grabbing all of the monkeys to get 100% before I go and get Spectre for the... I want to say it was the second time I fought Spectre, or was it the first time? Second time. It was the second time I... Not even the second time, really. I think it was the first time. It was in the TV station, basically. The TV station level. People will see, edited down on YouTube, people will see a montage of me grabbing all of the monkeys. In reality, people won't know that took me over 2 fucking hours. Like, to go back and get every single monkey in the game so I could guarantee 100% for that game. No one, aside from people now watching, obviously, and anybody who not watches afterwards and gets this far, will know that that took me over 2 hours. But I fucking kid you not, 3 hours for about 3 minutes of footage. 2 hours for 3 minutes of footage of me just grabbing monkeys. That's it. And like I said, I didn't start recording that until like fucking 10:30, 11 again. Because it took me so long. And the problem is obviously, like I turned around and said, I didn't start recording that until late. And that was because I was emotionally drained because, like I said, my grandfather had just passed away the previous day.
Let's see, we've got a couple questions from chat. First, Amy asks, have you ever thought about playing the Wild Arms RPG games?
Never heard of it. Let me have a look. Let me look it up. While you bring up the next question. Let me see.
And then Comp asks, what is the worst playthrough you've seen that you haven't done a Let's Survive on?
None, really. A lot of the greatest hits that I fucking hated, that I did pretty much right off the bat. And the thing is, when it comes to Let's Survive, and this is to a benefit and a detriment. When it comes to Let's Survives, I would rather not watch them beforehand. I'd rather go in fresh, like fresh as a fucking daisy. So I can really bitch it out, like from the cockles of my heart. It's like that James Rolfe gag from the Godzilla episode where he says "fuck" from the bottom of his heart. Like that's the reason why I don't watch Phil's stuff before I do a Let's Survive of it. Because I want to be able to say "fuck" from the bottom of my heart. Fresh salt, exactly, Con. You get it, fresh salt.
So as far as your main channel goes, what kind of gave you the idea for like the daily, how do I put this?
Daily uploads.
Well, not really the daily uploads, but more or less the idea for like every day, like your multiplayer Mondays, Nin Tuesday now.
My streams. Right, gotcha.
Yes.
Alright, as far as my streams, I didn't want to be stuck doing one game. I just straight up playing one game. I wanted to play as many games as possible because doing all the YouTube stuff leaves me very little time to play games myself. Like, I try and sneak in playing games as much as I can. There's been multiple times during the VGP and during Let's Survives. I'm gonna be fully fucking transparent with this right now. There's been multiple times during Let's Survives and VGPs where I've been playing video games at the same time. Just off to the side. Like, I'm looking at this screen, my game's on this screen, and I'm sneakily playing it, but I'll play slow games like a Fire Emblem where I can take my time with them. There's no time limit, it doesn't require quick actions or anything like that. Or Animal Crossing. Which, by the way, I'm not playing a game right now, so you don't need to worry. But I'll make sure that I play. But that's one of the reasons why, because I wanted a day where I could play something with my peeps, basically. That's what gave me the antithesis for multiplayer mayhem. I wanted something because I'm still salty. I'm still a little salty bitch about Nintendo's bullshit when it came to their fucking creator content shit. Because I'm still such a little salty bitch about that. I refuse to upload any Nintendo stuff to my YouTube channel. I've made exceptions for two things. One is a sequel to a game that I've already played, which will be Bayonetta 2. So, a sequel to a game that was multi-platform, I've got no issue doing that, like a Bayonetta 2, because it's a very, very extreme example. Eventually Bayonetta 3 as well. Or maybe the occasional indie title. I did one indie title on the Switch, because it got highly recommended, and an indie title that short wouldn't be good for an in Tuesday, so I got real fucking. But yeah, I wanted something, but I also wanted something exclusive for my stream audience, like something that they can say that they get to see but nobody else sees. So it's an incentive to tune in and watch.
Oh, okay. Cyber brings an interesting question. Quick, would you do a let's play again with the game you've done with knowledge you know? Okay, would you do a let's play again with the game you've done with knowledge you know now? Cough, Bayonetta, cough.
Yes, that. I already do that. Like I don't know why he brings up that question, considering I already do that. It's my Wednesday stream. My Wednesday stream is specifically set up so I can replay games I've already played, just on high difficulties. Like that was the whole setup for my Wednesday stream, and that is one of my earliest concepts, was because honestly the start of that was the Mass Effect series, because I just loved playing it on Insanity. It was literally the only way that I would play it. It's the only way I would play it for a long time, and I thought I actually want to play more games on their high difficulties. I've come to regret this decision fucking vehemently, but I'm a determined son of a bitch, to say the least. Evil Within, thank you, Diclonis.
Hey, that's Miles too. You gotta thank too.
Oh, don't worry, I'll kick his ass at some point. But yeah, so that's what brought that about. Now the RPG, Roleplay Live, which is my Thursday stream, that came about again, and I touched on this previously about the reason why I don't do roleplay games anymore, is because of the time constraints and the fact that with role-playing games like Persona 5, like any example you can fucking think of, you need long-form videos for there to be really any substance in the game or in the video. So I figured, okay, instead of doing long-form videos, which is just no longer a goddamn option, because this is another thing as well that should give you some context. I went from recording 2 videos a day to just moving it to being a weekend thing, where I record bulk videos on weekend. That's what I went from. But either or was just not viable anymore for long-form videos. So that's why I moved playing roleplay games on Thursdays, and then Friday was just my excuse to play whatever the fuck I want, so hence fuck it Friday.
Do we have any more questions? I think that's pretty much all I have to ask. Do we have any more questions from chat before we move on? I think what Cyber was trying to do is to get you to play Bayonetta again.
Oh, he wants me to play Bayonetta again. He does. He's an asshole about it, because Bayonetta is one of his favorite games of all time. Here's the thing. What I might end up doing is I might end up doing Bayonetta 2 at the same time I'm doing Bayonetta 1. Like, for example, I'll start Let's Playing Bayonetta 2 when I'm playing through Bayonetta 1 on its highest difficulty, or close to its highest difficulty. But sometimes doing it on its highest difficulty just like there are some games where doing on its highest difficulty is just not fucking worth it. For example, Devil May Cry on Hell and Hell mode. That is just not fucking worth it. That is the equivalent okay, so the equivalent of Hell and Hell mode is the equivalent of fucking Akumu mod on The Evil Within. Every enemy hits you and kills you in one hit, but they don't. They take multiple hits. That's Hell and Hell mode, which is why I'm more willing to do Heaven and Hell mode.
Let's see. Oh, well, here we go. We got a question from Comp that says, what are your top 5 worst playthroughs you've seen?
I've seen...
This is your top 5 worst that you've seen, so...
Yeah. I honestly can't... I honestly don't have an answer for that. Because when it comes to stuff that I just don't want to watch, or I think is bad, I don't continue watching it, unless I'm being paid for it. Or I just put it out of my fucking mind because it's just there's not enough hard drive space up there to waste on fucking useless shit.
Okay, Iron Kev says, one question I have. I'm writing an essay about dual wielding as a concept. In general, what do you guys think about when you see dual wielding or your favorite melee in media?
Oh, I'm fine with dual wielding. So long as like it all depends. Like there needs to be a sense of there needs to be a balance of realism / coolness to it. A good example of coolness, like the practicality of akimboing anything it's not practical. Akimboing anything is just not. It's just impractical as fuck. Like never fucking do it. Akimboing machine guns, pistols, maybe swords is more practical, but akimboing firearms is just impractical as fuck. Like in real world, no one would fucking do it.
So like the John Woo stuff.
Right, I was just about to bring up John Woo, actually. I was just about to bring up John Woo. John Woo makes it kind of overcompensates the suspension of disbelief with a cool factor. Like he adds a sense of flair and finesse to it. Like the action is always frantic. Like let me use an example. It's hard to it's also the tone of the movie as well. Like if the movie is straight, I would not believe someone with akimbo a gun. For example, if John Wick in one of the movies suddenly started akimboing 2 pistols, I wouldn't believe it because it just doesn't fit the practicality of that universe. But with John Wick, with John Woo movies, everything is so fucking over the top. I could believe someone with akimbo weapons. That said, there's also a mystical sci-fi fantasy element to dual wielding that could make it work, i.e. Master Chief. Master Chief in Halo 2, dual wielding machine guns, dual wielding pistols, all of that shit. That's believable because they set him up to be that believable. In the sense that he is a superpowered super soldier in superpowered fucking power armor that weighs over 1 fucking ton. It weighs several tons. So it's believable that he can't swim, and it's also believable that he is strong enough to be able to hold 2 fucking machine guns and fucking Rambo that shit. So okay. that's my stance on akimbos. Like you need to, you can't just slap 2 guns in some dude's hand. Like I'll revel in the fucking in the power fantasy. Because that's essentially what it is. It's a power fantasy. Like, I mean, have you ever seen the size of a fucking Beretti? The fucking M9 Beretti is fucking huge. So to dual wield 2 of those, you gotta have some big fuck off mitts to be able to do that. So, like, I'll get lost in the power fantasy, but I'm in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be like, I'm not as engaged in this as I should be.
All right, so we got one final question.
You say final. And then I'm just waiting for another one to fucking come up.
Yeah, but this is from Cyber. If I can go back up and find it here in the chat. Come on, where is it? Oh yeah. when you ever make it big, what YouTuber or live streamer would you like to collab with?
The obvious one would be PewDiePie, but I'd probably want to collab with him on something that you wouldn't expect. Like, it wouldn't be gameplay related. It would probably, you know what? It'd probably be something really fucking random. Like, just something dumbass fun. Like, that's one thing I'd love to do. I'd love to collab with Some Call Me Johnny. Because again, for me, when it comes to some, let me just actually give you some other examples of people I'd love to collab with. Actually, before I give my reason why. Fuck's sake. Sorry, just off the top of my fucking head. I'd love to collab with. I could. I mean, if I shoot him a message, I could probably collab with him. I'd love to collab with Guru Larry. Hello, you. Because Guru Larry. It also depends on like I'd love to collab with Little V Mills as well as far as like music. Like I'd love to jump into some music. I'd love again. Should I say I'd love to jump into music again, and I'd love to collab with Little V Mills on that one. Off the top of my head, I mean, I'm already collaborating with Tap's Top Videos because I'm now a contributor to her videos. Yeah, I did interview Guru Larry. But what I'm saying is I'd love to collab with him on like an actual video, like that one. Like I say, I'm already collaborating with Tats. But yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, I'd say that's it. Now, the reason why I pick all these people is because I don't want to collab out of the sense of collabing with someone just for views or anything like that. I want to be able to collab with people who I feel would be fun to collab with. Like, I want it to be a moment in my life that I could look back on and say, I did that because it was fun. Or that was a fucking fun time in my life. So that's why I'd love to collab with these guys, because I feel like it would be fun. Not because it would get me popular, because they've got views. I mean, for fuck's sake, I said PewDiePie and Some Call Me Johnny, and their sub counts, no disrespect to Johnny, is worlds apart. But I'd just love to collab with both of them, or either one, because they seem like fucking fun lads.
And that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Just having fun.
That's why I primarily do this, is just to have fun. Like, I have my... It'd be a lie to turn around and say I don't have my moments, but I do have my moments where I'm like... Well, I just feel run the fuck down. Like, legitimately, like, I feel I'm exhausted. But then I put on my game face and I go out there. I sound like I'm a fucking pro wrestler. I just hit start and start playing, put on my game face to entertain people, and then when I see people who are actually entertained by my shit, like, I feel like no matter how exhausted I feel, seeing someone who actually enjoys my stuff makes me feel like what I put myself through was worth it. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, and this is my opinion, as long as someone enjoys what you've done, you did your job.
Oh, it's a job now, is it?
Okay, maybe not your job, but you know what I mean. I don't know how to put that without saying a job.
No, I get you. Here's the thing.
You've accomplished your mission.
Yeah, I've accomplished my mission. Now, here's the thing. I just want to nip this in the butt right now. I might have ragged on it before. I might have I don't know if I have ragged on Phil calling what he does a job. But honestly, the absolute worst part is I don't. This, if I started getting paid for this, like, I started getting weekly money. or monthly money or whatever, I would as much as I would enjoy it, it would be a job. Like, broadest term, it is a job. What Phil does, he does get money for it. It is a job. Right, so it isn't a job for me because I'm not getting paid monthly. I am not getting a set. I'm not getting an income because, I mean, here's the thing. Even with real jobs, income isn't set. Because there are now, in at least in my country, there are things called 0-hour contracts where they can call you in whenever they want, and they won't guarantee you hours to work, but they'll call you in when they want, and then they'll pay you for that. There is paid by performance, where you get paid for your performance and stuff like that. And then there's also the risk that you'll get fired from your job. Like, all of that to me sounds like someone on a YouTube creator side or a Twitch side, if they're getting money for that sounds like them. Like, they're not guaranteed their money. They're not guaranteed anything. They could get fired from it all the time. Like, the one thing Phil is he is a beggar. Like, it is his job. Like, well, it is his job because he gets paid for it. But he is a beggar. Like, there is a big distinguish there. It's his job, but he is a beggar because he begs for money. Like, he doesn't earn it with good gameplay, riveting commentary, or anything like that. He begs for money. The only thing he's missing is a fucking cup to ask for the pennies to be put in. At least that's how I see it. I don't mind guys like turn around and saying, I don't mind people like a Ninja or a Markiplier or some Call Me Johnny or any other Twitch streamer or anybody like that, unless they're FOTS. I take great exception to that because you're just basically cam girls who are not on Chatterbait. Like, get people turn around saying that this is their job. I don't mind. Like, that doesn't bug me. Like, you can love your job. There is not written in fucking stone. It is not it is not the 11th commandment on the 3rd tablet that Moses dropped that says thou shalt not enjoy their job. Like, if you get paid for it and you love it, it's still a goddamn job. Like, I do agree with the sentiment that if you enjoy if you love your work, so if you love what you do, you've not worked a day in your life. I agree with that, but I feel like that gets misinterpreted, that if you enjoy your job, it isn't work. But it is, because you're putting in the hours, you're getting paid for it. Like, in a basic sense of the word, it is a job. Do you know what I mean? It is a career. Like, you're paying off your fucking mortgage and shit with that. But like, there's a fine line between it being there's a fine line between Phil saying it's his job when really what he does is beg for money on YouTube. That's why I equate Phil to a fucking cam girl. He's a thought. The biggest difference is he actually doesn't show his fucking tits on stream. Though I'm absolutely fucking convinced he's got a pussy because he ain't got no fucking balls. Alright.
That's all the questions I got.
Alright, well, I mean, if no one has anything else, I feel like we could definitely... well, first of all, just so everybody is aware, I will actually be eating on stream, because I've got pizza, so fuck you all. To all you motherfuckers who would tease me about it. But what we are gonna do then, we might as well watch it. Daconis, I sent you over a link. We might as well just fucking watch this stream. I'm just gonna say this straight out, because I heard that this happened. But for fuck's sake, why did someone go in with a soundboard? Why? Did someone go in with a fucking soundboard and start... Because that's gonna piss me off. Because, like, again, I gotta echo what LSB said. I gotta echo what LSB said. This might end up helping Phil. Because he could turn around and say, you see, this is the shit I gotta go through. This is why I'm late on all my fucking payments and shit. Like, there should not be a single fucking point in this guy's fucking box. At all. Alright, have you got it up, Daconis?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I gotta take, a little bit of a break.
Uh-oh.
Just a minute, I'll be back.
And what time, the motherfucker?
I'll be back in a minute.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Oh, no, here's the thing. It could be funny. It could be funny. I guarantee you, it's probably going to get a chuckle out of me. It's definitely going to get a chuckle. Piss break. We're in the piss break section. Here's the thing. It wouldn't surprise me if this gets a chuckle from me. My problem is there's that line where where it should have happened and when it shouldn't have. Like, if this was any other fucking call, then honestly worth it. But this is a moment where we're finally gonna get the gotcha moment for Phil. Well, like, if someone had just gone in, sat in, and recorded the whole fucking thing, perfect, amazing, that's cool. Respect to you for doing it. But this is the moment. Oh, this sounds like we've been begging for this to happen, but that isn't the case. It's just the best way to describe it. This is the moment actually, the best way to describe it, this is the moment we've all known's been coming. This is the moment we've all known is coming. We've finally got that moment. It's finally gonna fucking happen. Exactly, it's the ladies and gentlemen, we got him moment. Yes, we are. We're going to be listening to it in a minute. But then somebody goes in with a soundboard and jeopardizes that whole fucking thing. That whole goddamn thing.
What do you want? Sheets on. More so like to see points here. Those?
Yeah.
These.
Like, if this, here's the problem. If this lets him slide on anything, like even the smallest of fucking payments, even if this gets him off of a $5 fucking debt, this is a victory for him against the detractors. Yeah, it well and truly is. Because he'll turn around and say the detractors, because that's a victory for him in proof that the detractors have fucked him over for money. I have not heard Destiny defending him. By the way, what's going to happen, guys? Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to migrate. When Daconis gets back, we're going to migrate over to the Discord channel, and we'll take calls after we've watched this. We're actually going to be watching this off of, I think it's, this is Ludwig's stream. I think this was Ludwig's stream, or a stream that he ripped or something of it. And we're going to be, it's the Big Ups Nancy L. James. I don't know who the fuck that is. But this is on Ludwig's channel, I believe. We're going to be watching this one. And it's about, how long is this?
Everything. The fan. You see all that dust on your...
I wish he'd ended the call, by the way.
What you turn it off the ceiling.
Yeah, this is like 40 minutes.
See on the closet up there on the rim?
It's like 40 minutes and it's on Ludwig's channel, so...
That's what the allergies.
Like I say, I'm going to assume this is a good one.
Do you want some chicken in? Yeah.
Oh, that's the trustee. Well, someone could send us a link on Discord for motherfucker. All right, let's move on. Let's migrate.
Alright. Ready to go.
Oh, hold on. Let's migrate. I don't know if this is the one. That's the trustee. I wonder if Phil burps into the phone. God damn it! If he does, I'm walking.
Hey, Mr. Brunel, you there? I am present.
Is this hold on? Is this the one, guys? Okay, so I'm assuming this is definitely the conference call that you guys are talking about. That was definitely on. Right. Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
What is going on with this thing?
That's me. That's me. Can you not hear me? Oh, fuck me. Dude, that's me. No, that's me. That's me.
Oh.
I'm trying to pause it. I didn't realize I was muted in Discord for some fucking reason. Alright, so yes, this is apparently the one. I'm going to turn this up a bit. Let's move over to the OTSS. I want you to put a link to it in chat because we're going to be taking we're going to take calls after this. We're going to take calls after the video to get people's impressions.
Wait, the watch together to put in the OTSS?
No. Put the Discord. We're going into OTSS. Put a link to the Discord server in YouTube chat.
Okay, let's see. So go to the waiting room and all that stuff for the talk.
Yeah, let's move over to talk show. Let's see if he follows me. Ah, there we go.
Let's see if I can create the.
Yeah. Just
invite.
Just go to create invite on general. Put that in chat. People go into the waiting room. We will bring you in if you want to talk about this after we've listened to the entirety of the audio. And I'm actually going to put it on screen. Who is that? Jorgen Carlson, thank you for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, I'm going to put this on screen because, for one, this picture is fucking hilarious. And for anybody who can squint hard enough, you can see the chat. There you go.
1 second.
Yeah, just start at your leisure.
Your office with you?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there?
I am present.
Yeah. Mr. Burnell, would you raise your right hand?
Yes.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
State your full name, please.
Philip Paul Burnell.
Is your address still the same as the address on the petition?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? It cut out.
Is your address still the same as the address on your petition?
Yes, it is.
Did you prepare and file with the bankruptcy court a list of all of your assets and all of your liabilities?
Yes.
Are those documents, including the petition, the schedules, and the statement of financial affairs, true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Are there any changes that need to be made?
No.
Before you filed these documents, did you read them,
Yes.
sign them? Sign these documents?
Yes.
Received a copy of the bankruptcy.
Alright, pause. Claudius, mute your microphone because you're moving your microphone around a lot, and this is really low fucking audio to begin with.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine, don't worry about it. But first of all, that picture is fucking brilliant. A bankruptcy, a gouty man, an obsessed trustee, the fugitive, the chase begins. That is brilliant. Oh god, I wish there was a way I could turn this up. Hold on, let me see. Nope. No, go ahead. You go ahead and play.
Read that document?
Yes.
You ever filed for bankruptcy before?
No.
Are you required to make any domestic support payments to anyone?
No.
Tax return you provided to me, is that a true and correct copy?
Mute Diconia.
Yes.
Are you still self-employed?
Yes.
What is that self-employment?
The company's name is Burnell Productions. It is internet content creation of on-demand and also live video streaming services.
Explain that again, please.
Sure. It's a internet content creation of on-demand video and also live streaming video services.
This is a business.
Here, pauses. It's just because I'm making notes here.
Okay.
I just had to mute Diconius because he didn't mute his microphone. I feel like an asshole
I'm
now.
going to start basically at the beginning of your schedules and just kind of work through them. The first thing you have listed here is real property in Connecticut. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
When did you purchase this property?
Ooh, okay. I want to say it was roughly July of 2009.
Pause. Pause.
believe.
Pause.
What was the purchase?
Okay, no, I'm gonna mute Diaclonius for this one. No, sorry, roughly. Okay, I'm sorry. I guarantee you, the moment I buy my very first fucking house, I'm writing that. I am getting as close to tattooing that shit on my arm as possible, because that is a big fucking step for a person. You generally keep records of when you purchase a house. I'm sure even a goddamn person with absolute fucking shit memory would know when they purchased a house. Like, for fuck's sake, that is information you tend to not want to forget because you know that might come up. Like, even in the smallest fucking chance, you feel like that might come up at some point. Like, in fact, doesn't that information have to be required for like taking out loans and shit? I'm fucking sure it does. Alright, go on, unpause.
Price?
I want to say it was in the $135,000 range. I could be off by a bit there, but I believe that is correct.
Is the property currently rented?
No.
Could be.
All
Is
of
it
my
vacant?
money goes to bills.
Could you repeat that?
Is the property vacant?
It is vacant, yes.
Is the property insured?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. I have not, made a payment on it in quite some time, but I believe that it's still insured, through the mortgage company. I think they've been paying it.
Okay, when's the last time you made a payment?
It was either April.
Sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear that.
Are you what?
When was the last mortgage payment made on the Connecticut property?
I have the motion for release if you want me to look at that and find the exact date.
No, I just want his recollection.
Oh, okay.
Do you recall when you made the last payment?
April or May of 2019. I believe it was probably April.
Gotta have records of that. Yeah. Pause. Actually, pause. He could ask for a fucking bank statement. Like, I'm absolutely fucking certain he could ask for a bank statement around the general time that he thinks it is from his bank. And be able to check. Like, I'm fucking certain I could go on my phone, check my online banking, and find what and find how much I spent, like, over about, say, half a year ago. And that's just in online banking. Banks keep records of that shit. He could just call up the bank that he. Then again, he can't do that because he's being sued by the bank. My apologies. Go ahead, let's unpause.
You also list real property in Renton, is that correct?
That's correct.
When did you purchase that?
That was purchased in June of 2014.
What was the purchase price?
I believe that was $265,000.
You lived there since you purchased it?
Yes, I have lived there since I purchased it.
Are the mortgage payments current on this property?
Yes.
Anyone know what that beeping is?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm hearing a beeping. Are you hearing it on your end?
I'm hearing it too, but I don't know.
No idea what that might be. We'll hope it goes away. Is the property insured?
Yes.
Pause.
And is this a house or a condo?
Okay, so the bills, okay, all my money goes to bills. That one was good. That one was well timed. This beeping is actually just genuinely fucking stupid. Like, this is just annoying. Like, that beeping is his lie detector. You could make the joke. You could make that joke, but that is just annoying at this point. The fact that it's happened so frequently as well. It's not spaced out. There's no punchline to the joke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck's sake. Go ahead.
Mr. Burnell, is this a house or a condo? Hello?
See what I mean?
Burnell?
Mm-hmm.
Suffield, are you there?
Nancy?
Yes?
Sorry, there's 60 people on the line for this call,
60!
so I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Boss! 60!
We're back on.
Fucking
Okay.
60! Fucking 60! How unorganized is this crap?
I think that. I don't know. I didn't think the limit was that high for a call like this.
It fucking shouldn't be. It should be the... Like, it's fucking stupid of them to have made this public. But fuck me, why is there 60 fucking people? They should realise some shit's up when they realise, wait a minute, there's only supposed to be X amount of people in here. Why the fuck is there like 50 extra? Go ahead, unpause.
Drop out and then...
But I don't that beeping's coming from.
Okay. Well, let's try and just keep going.
Okay.
So, Mr. Burnell, my question was, is this a house or a condo?
It is a condo.
You answer the question whether or not you have electronics, you say no. Is that a correct answer?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Your schedules indicate you have no electronics. Is that correct?
Oh, no electronics. Are you speaking of in regards to the business or in regards to my personal belongings?
Well, this is your personal bankruptcy. So this
There are electronics that are considered business assets, and then personal electronics would be in the household goods and furnishings section. I just kind of lump them together.
Okay, so let me go through some assets that some of your creditors have told me that you might own. And if you could tell me if they're personal or business and if you still have them. You have a PlayStation 4 Pro system.
That's correct. That is business related, and I do still have it.
Okay. About a standard PlayStation 4.
That is, I still own it. It is business related.
PlayStation 3.
Yep, that is business related. I still have it.
Of course, it's business related.
Nintendo Wii.
Business related.
Nintendo Wii U.
Oh my.
Yes, business related. I do still own it.
Really?
Nintendo Switch.
Yes, business related, and I do still own it.
Xbox 360.
Yes, Xbox 360, business related. I do still own it.
You fuck.
Nintendo 3DS.
Yes, business related, and I do still own that.
I guarantee.
PlayStation Vita.
Yes, I do still own the PlayStation Vita, and it is business related, and I do still own it, yes.
PlayStation Virtual Reality.
Yes, I do still own the PlayStation Virtual Reality, and it is business related, and I have it.
You have a computer? Whoever's making the beeping sound, if you please stop. You have a computer?
I do have a business related computer, yes.
Pause.
Home computer?
And that is also why it does my fucking head in as well. This is also a reason why I don't why I don't like the fact that they did this as well. The person went in with the soundboard. Because I've said it before, that the fuckery should be directed to Phil. Right? You're officially fucking with a woman just trying to do her job, who has nothing to do with Phil outside of she is having to deal with Phil's shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
The beeping isn't trolling. Wait, so that's not someone hitting a beep. That isn't someone hitting a soundboard, because I got told that was someone hitting a soundboard for that beep.
I think the beeping might be from other people in the call. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
It's a troll. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is that, like, okay, the all my money goes to bills. That one got a chuckle out of me, but again, it all comes down to a fact that you're now not just fucking with Phil, you're fucking with a woman who is just trying to do her job, who is completely unrelated to Phil in the only through fucking association. She's got to deal with Phil's shit now.
okay. Cyber says no. It's the phone line. Okay, no. It's when the phone line is full. It beeps to let you know someone else is on the other line.
So wait, hold on. How's that a case? Considering there's 60 goddamn people, are you telling me that there's 60 people, and now it's going to tell you that number 61 is on the line? Sorry, I just find that one a bit. That's a hard one. That's a harder swallow than the load that most porn stars have to swallow. Oh Jesus! All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry, could you...
Home computer?
Oh, no, I do not have a home-related computer. No, it's just a business-related computer.
Fuck me.
You have an iPad?
I do.
Business.
It is very old and not functional.
Hey, explain to me how you decide if it's business-related or your personal property.
Sure. Anything that I say is business-related is used solely for the purpose of my internet video content creation or my live streaming.
So he's saying he never plays games in his free time.
Video games all day, 6 days a week, and so everything that I just listed is used as a device to broadcast gaming.
Okay, who purchases the various gaming pieces?
I do.
Personally?
Yes.
Bullshit.
Does the business have a separate business bank account?
No.
Bullshit. Oh yeah, where I actually do this 7 days a week.
Its own tax return.
I'm not sure how.
Well, it looks like they are. Do you file a separate tax return for the business, or is it all in your personal?
I just do one tax return, so it must be
Okay.
my personal, yes.
So your business is included on your personal tax return?
Yes.
Oh wow. Scummy fuck. I'm so glad I've got pizza coming for this.
Do you own or have any access to any online gaming packages?
If you mean like subscription-based gaming services, yes.
Correct.
Business.
Yes.
And I'm gonna ask
Tell me
what kind of pizza.
how those work as far as ownership.
Oh, Meat Feast.
Oh,
How
nice.
does that work as far as ownership? Was that the question?
Yes.
They're all personally in my name, connected with my own personal online accounts, and they are all business related in order to play video games online. Many of these services are required in order to actually play games in a multiplayer capacity.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Off the top of my head, I would say at least 3.
Sorry, I just wanted to bring up the fact that he could totally, like, the funny thing is, you know the bullshit thing. He could totally make the someone could totally make the excuse that he could just play on PC and not have to pay for these services. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I know that there's one for Nintendo, there's one for Xbox, and there's one for PlayStation. There may be more if I actually were to, dive deep, but I believe those are the 3 main ones.
No, there isn't.
How much does each of them cost?
Oh, man. This is just an estimate. I would assume each one roughly costs around $50 a year there, because I don't have the information in front of me, but I certainly could, break that down at a later date.
So they're about $50 a year?
Yeah, that's what I would estimate, yes.
So many holes you could make. I hope she tears him a new one.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Originally, you listed only one bank account with Bank of America. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Then I think you filed an amendment where you listed a PayPal account.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So
Two
tell me
PayPal.
how your PayPal account works.
PayPal is an online currency system where people can send funds digitally, and they're held in a virtual, that's not technically a bank account, but it's a virtual account, which can then be used to make purchases online. There's a debit card system.
And you can send money to your actual account.
And creating content, people willingly decide whether or not they want to contribute to help me to continue to create content. And some people will go to what I call my PayPal tips page online, and they submit funds via my PayPal account in order to contribute to the business.
What did you call that? PayPal what account?
Tips page. That's what I call it, a PayPal tips page. It's just an online website address where people can contribute monetary funds over the internet as a way of basically saying, we like the content you create and we want you to continue to do it. So here's, some funds to help doing it. Now, in addition to that, I have a payment from 2 different companies. One is called Twitch. The live streaming service company. The other is YouTube, which I'm sure you've probably heard of. That's on-demand video services. And on both of those companies, I either upload content or I live stream content, and I make revenue via those services via various methods, advertisements and other kinds of contribution. And they monthly send me a deposit via PayPal for whatever I have earned in that month.
Okay.
So that's why there's 2 PayPal accounts. One is for kind of crowdfunding contributions from people who like what I do. The other is from 2 actual companies who pay me online for my work.
Okay. So these crowdfunding, would be considered like someone wants to give you a gift and that's how they give it to you?
Yes, from my understanding from speaking with my tax attorney.
My tax attorney.
Charitable contribution. It would be the same as if someone went to a restaurant and you were a waiter or a waitress or a bartender and did a good job, and someone said, "Oh, I really like the job you did," so they would give the person a tip. So it's the same premise with me. If I'm doing a really good live stream, or if I put out on people really enjoy, they have the completely optional ability.
You're breaking up. Please repeat what you just said. You just broke up.
Okay. Per my tax attorney, PayPal tips are basically considered like a tip that you would leave at a restaurant. So if you have a good bartender or a good waiter or waitress,
yeah, they are.
That's exactly what my PayPal tips page.
Yeah, I'll be back. All right.
Good live stream
I gotta go eat.
Or if I put out on-demand video content, that people think is, good, they will optionally and willingly send me a tip via my PayPal tips page. That's how it works.
Okay. I'm looking at the PayPal account that you have sent me. One has Twitch Interactive Incorporated, sends you a check, and then it looks like that same amount goes out, says instant withdraw to debit card. How does that work?
Yes. What it is that it's PayPal account, and then I put it into my bank account via the debit card. It's an instant transfer, so that way I can use it, for bills and other things.
Okay. What is Patreon?
Demanding, yeah.
Patreon, that is a third-party website where people can pledge a monthly pledge to my Patreon account. It's, again, considered crowdfunding or fundraising. You can find it at patreon.com. That's the website that I use. And it's optional, again, if people like the content that I'm putting out, they can pledge some money to my Patreon as a monthly subscription service.
I love how she said it correctly, Patreon, and he just says Patreon. It's like, my God, man, learn how to fucking speak. Jesus, she said it correctly. Even she said it correctly.
Service to me every month.
Okay, what is WWE Network?
He does have a WWE network. Oh, he got caught lying. He got caught lying. You lying sack of shit. You lying motherfucker. Oh my God.
Can you repeat that, please?
What is WWE Network?
WWE
Oh,
Network.
WWE Network. That is just an on-demand video service for watching, professional wrestling. That is not business related.
Okay.
I'm hoping they find out about WWE
You provided
champions.
me a copy of your PayPal account for 1 month. I would like to see the last 6 months of both of your PayPal statements.
Oh no, it's gonna happen.
What's the problem?
You want the 6 months of both PayPals?
Yes.
Oh
okay,
no.
I think I have that. Actually, I wasn't sure if you needed all of that, but I'll send that over.
Yeah, oftentimes I don't, as you know, but this one I want to see the last 6 months.
Okay, who is the woman talking for Phil? Is that his lawyer?
You indicate that you have a business of Brunel Productions, is that correct?
That is correct.
And is this considered a corporation or a sole proprietorship? What is it?
I believe it's a sole proprietorship.
There is no fucking way she has the 6 months. There is no fucking way.
Actually, John, because I think when we filed, you weren't sure.
It's not. I know it's not a corporation. I believe it's sole proprietorship.
Are you entitled to a tax refund for 2019?
No.
Have you filed 2019? I don't recall which year you sent me.
Have you filed 2009? I sent 2018. Have you filed your 19 yet?
Oh, yes, I have. In fact, I sent the final information within the last week, but my tax attorney notified me that due to this coronavirus situation that everything's being delayed and it's not available yet, but I certainly could provide that, when it is available.
Okay, so when you say you sent it, who did you send it to?
My tax attorney.
Uh-huh. Oh, she is. Oh, oh man, I'm feeling that she is not fucking... I can fucking hear the grimace on her face right now listening to this crap. Holy shit, I can feel it.
You list business assets of $1,500, is that correct?
Yes.
We went through the list of the various gaming machines that you have. Is that included in your business assets?
Yes.
So it's your testimony then that the business machines that we went through that you indicated were all business assets, such as your various PlayStation machines. If you were to liquidate those, the value would be $1,500.
Sure. If I were to liquidate them today, estimating, a ballpark value like a, garage sale or sell them immediately, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Most of the stuff there, like the computer, is very old. It's over 6 years old.
And the only business you have is Brunel Productions?
That is correct.
Okay, by the way, I am sorry I'm being silent. I just want to really hear this, because it is low for me. And I'm assuming it's low for you. There it is! There it is! I saw this! Oh, I actually put this in my fucking... Sorry, I actually put this in my chat during my Tuesday stream when I was playing Animal Crossing. That is fucking hilarious.
How much do you make on a monthly basis from YouTube?
He's about to use the varies
YouTube,
argument.
that varies greatly. It could be as low as, I think the lowest month, maybe $500, but it could be very high as well, depending on the time of year, because YouTube ad revenue fluctuates. It could be as high as, over $1,000. So really, I would have to crunch some numbers to give you an average.
Okay, you broke up there a bit. My understanding is your testimony is between $500 and $1,000 a month, depending on the month.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds about correct for an average, yes.
Okay. How about Twitch? How much do you make a month from Twitch?
It varies.
Average, let's just say between 3,000. It could be a little higher or a little lower, but that's average.
About 3,000.
Yeah.
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
How about Streamlabs?
Streamlabs, that's a program that I used to stream, but I don't make revenue from that.
That's a fucking lie.
How much do you make each month from Patreon?
At this point, I would say about between $300 and $400 a month.
Motherfucker, he could literally look it up on his phone.
Teespring, that is the t-shirt company.
Right, yeah, Streamlabs. Streamlabs is basically... So, if you guys... Okay, I'm not saying do it, it's an example. But if you guys were to look at the, in the description, you would see a link. That is Streamlabs. You donate through Streamlabs. Like, that's basically what it is. So, I'm fucking certain he does get donations and shit through Streamlabs.
I make very little. Maybe...
Well, maybe you should...
$100 a month, but usually it's much less than that.
Bullfuck. Okay. That is the one I'm going to call bullshit on. There is no way then again, his prices are probably jacked to shit. But I doubt people are spending... Like, what's the average price of a fucking one of his shirts? Like, God, to get 100, one shirt must cost like 50 fucking bucks. For him to get 100 a month. I doubt anybody is buying one of his shirts every fucking 6 months. By the way, it isn't frozen. Obviously, you can see chat. Everybody's...
Provided to me, looks like summaries might be considered a profit and loss. It talks about net profit / loss calculations. You have various columns here. I just want a little bit of explanation. Obviously, the first one is self-explanatory. You have the month. The next column, you list profit / income growth. What is that?
profit income gross, that would be before any kind of expenses were taken out of it. It's just the gross income for that month.
Do you mean where does the income come from? Like the different...
Well, I think you'll understand as we go on, so I understand this. Then you say expenses total, and then you say, and in a separate column you have just business expenses. What's the difference between those two, and how do you calculate them?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I believe what you're referencing is that...
It's...
Oh, is it right in front of you?
Yeah.
So I believe I broke it down so that in one case it would be all the money that I make, the gross profit, minus the business expenses. Then the other case was showing in regards to all of my personal debts, including the payments that I was making on things like credit cards and things like that. I think from the top of my head, I think that's what you're speaking of.
So when I did the Beans test, I only used the business figures, and then the personal.
He needs Streamlabs to hold his hand.
I and J.
He needs Stream Chat to hold his
Or the
hand.
J, like regular living expenses.
You can hear the woman.
What do you consider a business expense?
Anything relating, to the business per the instruction of my tax attorney. So it could be, the cost of a video game, the cost of a subscription for a video game, a microtransaction within a video game.
No! Absolutely fucking no. No. Okay. So the price of a video game. If you are using, okay, so the price of a video game, that is debatable considering after it's being used for the purposes of from my knowledge, it is a grey area considering you could make the argument that after you finish using it for monetary value, such as let's playing it and stuff, it is now your personal property, and if you play it for fun, it's essentially no longer a business expense. I'm not entirely sure, but a microtransaction, fuck no. Unless a microtransaction is deliberately telling you you cannot complete the game without buying this microtransaction, no, that's complete fucking horseshit. Microtransactions are, for the greatest fucking part, optional. You do not buy microtransactions to finish or play a video game. That is fucking horseshit.
Equipment.
I'm gonna fucking cut a promo in a minute.
On-set equipment every month. It could be the internet, cost of internet every month. It could be cost of utilities necessary for the business. Cost of cell phone for the business. All those things would be included.
Stop. Go ahead.
And basically anything related to my internet content creation, including, like I said, cost of video games, cost of subscription-based services, microtransactions within video games, cost of internet.
Keep going. We're trying to ignore the beeping.
Sorry?
I just said keep going, and we'll try and ignore that beeping sound.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm hitting upon most of it. Basically anything that is related to me creating content on the internet, whether it's the on-demand videos or the live streaming. And, there's
but
many
not
factors,
necessary.
Not only the cost of the video games, but the internet and microtransactions and all kinds of things that happen within, the realm of gaming.
Okay.
But he doesn't stream WWE Champions, so it's still bullshit.
Are you currently married?
Yes.
Your wife joining in this petition?
No.
Do you have any assets that are not listed on these documents?
No.
A recent marriage.
Yeah.
It's a pretty recent marriage, so these deaths were basically separate.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty recent as to when were you married?
April of 2019.
Not even a... Oh, fuck right off. Fuck. Oh, shit, I just went back. My apologies.
Documents including
Where was we? Shit.
That, actually,
Ah, crap. Whoa. Sorry, my apologies. Sorry, my... Damn it. No, seriously though, how do you not know? How do you not know the exact fucking day you were married? How do you not know? That is fucking stupid.
About 3,000.
Yeah.
Three to four.
3 to 4.
How about Streamlabs?
Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find this again.
Profit income gross, that would be before any kind of expenses were taken.
Or the J, like regular living expenses.
Including the payments that I was making on things down, so that in one case it would be all the money that I make, the gross profit minus the business.
Oh, it is
expenses
ahead.
in video games, cost of things that happen within the realm of gaming.
Okay.
Just go from here.
Are you currently married?
Ah, here we go. Perfect.
Yes.
Your wife joining in this petition?
No.
Do you have any
Yeah.
assets that are not listed on these sites?
This is incredible. No. Like, this is legitimately incredible. How
The recent marriage.
How
Yeah.
just...
It's a pretty recent marriage, so these debts are basically separate.
How just blank he is on this crap.
Pretty recent as to when were you married?
April of 2019.
Okay, I have no further questions. Are there creditors on the line?
Hello?
Yes, are you a creditor?
No, sorry, that was me. You cut out, so I just wanted to make sure you were still there.
Okay, are there any creditors on the line?
Here we
Okay,
go.
your name, please? Oh, your last name? And you're with Citibank? Do you have
Last one.
questions you want to ask, Mr. Burnell?
Okay, here we go. Can't hear him.
Did you realize you needed to file this case?
We filed.
Well, no, that's, when did you realize you needed to file? I think is what he asked.
So it'll be a little bit earlier. And I was
we
considering that.
first met in October.
Right. So, okay, I would say middle of 2019 was basically, when I realized there was no way that I was going to be able to handle, what was going on financially in my life anymore. There was no way to get out of it.
If there's creditors on the line who have unmuted their phone, please mute until you're ready to speak. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Alex.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out. Yes, for a few more months. And as my bankruptcy attorney just stated, we filed in October. And so...
No, we met in October.
Oh, no, that's right. When did we file?
About January.
In January. We met in October. And upon the initial discussion with my bankruptcy attorney, I was told at that point, completely discontinue use of all, lines of credit. And I did. But I would say probably up until that discussion with my bankruptcy attorney in October of 2019, I was still, actively using lines of credit and making payments towards the credit.
Okay, and do you still have any purchases from those lines of credit in your possession, or did you sell them, or where's that property now?
Motherfucker sounds like LSB. What the fuck? What the fuck? That sounds like LSB. What the fuck? That was just eerie as fuck. I could have sworn I just heard LSB in my ear.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out yet again.
Sure. The purchase that you made with your credit lines following your realization that you were insolvent, do you still have those purchases?
It sounds like LSB
It's
putting on a
cutting
different
out,
word, different
keep going.
like
The
just
purchases that were made with the
deepening
credit
his
line.
voice a little.
Yes, the purchases that he made with the credit line after realizing he was insolvent. Does he still have that property in his possession?
Most of the purchases that I would have made with any kind of lines of credit would have been things such as groceries, that kind of stuff. It's not like I was buying anything significant.
It does sound a little like him
for
to me.
personal property or anything like that. Now, if you have specific questions about, prep purchases, obviously I could talk with you behind the scenes about that. I don't know specifically what you're referencing, but I did not make, if you're, trying to basically say that I bought a bunch of stuff and I still have it, it only would have been business-related stuff or necessities like grocery shopping and things like that, to my knowledge.
Okay. And the other question I would have then is if it was business-related stuff, I heard you mention that you had a lot of equipment, PS4s, things like that. You're saying that you owned these prior to realizing that you were insolvent, correct?
When you think about that, I would say yes. That's correct.
Okay. And
Yes.
And other business expenses like purchasing games for your streaming content company. You purchase these games also with. Let me just reword that. Have you purchased any games since October?
Since October, yes.
On credit lines, are you specifically
Right.
referring to? Or
Yes,
just
on credit lines. Well, I'm trying to establish where insolvency was realized so that we can sort of come to an understanding that any purchases made on credit post-insolvency wouldn't be dischargeable.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Phil's just being called out for his insolvency. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna unpause. Oh. Right in the courtroom.
Yeah, no, I did not make any purchases on credit after my initial conversation with my bankruptcy attorney in October.
Okay, and
Sure.
Another thing too. So you made all these purchases for these equipment systems. I'm assuming that's the bulk of your business expenses, as far as having to buy the equipment, having to buy the games, things like that. Reviewing your filing, it looks like you stated here that you have about $5,000 a month in business expenses. Can you itemize that for me?
Hold on. Jet.
Right.
I don't think
Bill is now, dude. I can hear your microphone. You're kind of overshadowing. You're kind of overtaking the audio from the call. Yeah, he is totally telling his lawyer right now that he doesn't think this guy's legit. Totally.
Nancy, I'm not sure this person is for Citibank.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
I'm not sure. Are you?
I'm calling
really
I'm calling representing Citibank. Yes, Citibank. What are you talking about?
Right. Are you an attorney or what's your position at Citibank or?
I work in collections.
This doesn't seem.
This seems like a sort of an attempt to back out of answering the very transparent question reviewing these files, which is that he has $5,000 a month in business expenses, which does not make any sense.
In collections at Citibank appear on a case, so this seems a little strange. We'll answer the questions, but
Okay,
it just.
great.
Oh.
I mean, we've been answering the questions.
Hold on just a second. Where are you seeing $5,000 a month on business expenses?
He's listed over $5,000 a month on expenses, so he's got $5,000 a month in income, $5,000 a month in expenses, and basically the gross income that he's claiming that he's making is $35.
So
Wait,
you looked
I'm
at
sorry.
INJ.
I'm referring to his initial bankruptcy filing.
Okay.
Yes.
So where are the $5,000 a month in business expenses?
I think
I've already explained.
Let me back up a minute, because I think you might be looking at it a little bit wrong. And maybe if I could give you a little bit of clarification as to the way these forms are intended to be used, that might answer something, and then you can ask your question again.
Sure.
Schedule J asks him to list out various expenses he has. This is a personal bankruptcy. And so he's listed things like rent and food and utilities and clothing, things like that. As I'm seeing the schedule, that totals up to be about 5,000, a little bit, a little bit more than that. Is that the number that you're referring to as business expenses?
Yes, if that's claimed as personal expenses instead, I would still like to get an idea of how exactly he itemizes that. Because the amount of income that I'm seeing, he's claiming that it varies, but the time that he filed, it just happened to be during a very high spike in expenses, which doesn't really make any sense to me.
Okay. Do you have the schedule?
Please, and Benny.
Who is this?
As long as we've established that he's realized that he was insolvent in October, that's really all I needed. So it's fine.
I mean, I don't want to cut your questions off. I'm just trying to make sure that you're understanding the forms the way they're intended.
Right, I understand. He's claiming
the
that
way
he's
they're
got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and nets about $35, which still doesn't really make any sense to me. When he's claiming that he gets $1,000 from YouTube, $4,000 from Twitch, that's $5,000 right there. But then he's also claiming that he gets these donations or tips or whatever it is through his stream itself, which is separate from the service paying him for streaming.
Okay. I understand your question. Do you have a further explanation, Mr. Burnell?
I've already broken down how my expenses work. I don't know what this gentleman is referencing specifically.
You wanted to say detractor?
All the information is there, so I don't know exactly what he's looking for. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I'm just asking you to explain your expenses.
Which we've done.
So why are you asking again?
I do not see anywhere that adds up to $5,000 of expenses monthly, or that warrants paying extra money for video games and things post-October when you realize that you were insolvent.
Right, but what you're talking about is strictly related to Citibank purchases. If I'm understanding this correctly, you're wondering if there were any purchases after October on the Citibank cards, but you have access.
I'm
to
asking
those
about
statements.
any cards, any lines of credit. I'm trying to figure out when he realized he was insolvent, if he continued making credit purchases after that time.
And he's already stated that he is not.
Okay, as long as that's on the record, great. Thank you.
That was on the record, yes,
Thank you.
earlier.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Are there other creditors on the phone who want to ask questions? Now would be the time to unmute and ask a question and identify yourself. If there are no further people on the phone who are going to ask questions or identify themselves, I have no further questions. Is that someone jumping in? Okay.
Why am I poisoned?
Oh.
Why am I toxic?
Oh God.
Ms. Sheffield, do you have the identification information with you?
I do. I'm looking at a Washington State driver's license, which is correct, and I'm also looking at a Social Security card, and the number matches that on the petition.
Okay, there appears to be no further creditors who are asking questions. I have no further questions. You are excused, and you may hang up. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was easy.
What is the situation?
The leader has disconnected. This conference will now end. Piggy at the courthouse. Yes, to my eyebrows. I got 14.
Holy shit. Yeah, so basically, dude trapped him in a question saying that if he knew he was insolvent by October, why is he still purchasing things like video games? Oh my god. Alright, well, let's open it up to the call and get people in and get their thoughts. So, one moment.
Alright, so who you want in first?
Let's have a look. Give me a second. So, well, we'll bring in Cyber. Favoritism. All that shit.
Okay.
Cyber, you there? Okay, I don't hear Cyber, so boot his ass back to the waiting room and bring in the next person. What's up? You're on the air on the Late Night Cast. So, what did you think of Phil's predicament?
I'll bring him back in.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Hey, I'm actually Batman 66. This is my
Hey,
other
what's up, Batman?
account.
So go on.
All I could say. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, tell us what you think about Mr. Barnell's court date.
Oh boy, where to start? I just like how robotic Phil sounded, because usually in his streams, he's very, I would say, silver-tongued devilish. Like he's trying to convince you to drink the snake oil.
Yeah, he's a snake
oil. But when
oil
you
salesman.
see him, yeah, when you see him here, he's like, you know how people act tough sometimes, like online, and then when you confront them in person, they're like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, like
that's
Phil,
how I see it.
Yeah, yeah, like Phil, like Tonka saw. Yeah, these internet tough guy shit. Yeah,
that's how I felt about it, and just hearing the WWE one, I couldn't stop laughing. I was hoping he would say, "Oh, that's a business expense, okay?"
I so want. The worst thing is the funny thing is if that one does turn out to be true about the WWE Championship, like he cannot claim business expense considering like how many times has he streamed it?
None.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be so great. Oh man, but yeah, he just. I would definitely say another thing is that I'm wondering what his reaction was when he heard people using the soundboard. Like, do you think he's going to use that? Like, if somebody brings up in a stream?
Here's the thing, he's totally gonna use that. And the thing is you know right now, people are telling him, or people have already told him, detractors are talking about this, there were trolls in it, the dude at the end was a troll. Like, Phil is going to use all of that. And the worst thing is, considering all of that was under oath, and I do believe that you have to be a legit representative, that there is a chance, I do believe, again, I'm not entirely 100% on this, but Phil's response to what that last dude asked, if that guy wasn't legit, which I don't think he was, there is the possibility that could be stricken from the record. Because the dude wasn't the dude said he wasn't who he said it was.
Uh-oh. Yeah. The Why Am I Toxic one was, even though, like I said, I'm with you, I don't really condone the whole soundboard thing, because I think it should be all serious, because, like I said, this can be used for his own ammunition. But the Why Am I Toxic got me.
Oh yeah, the Why Am I Toxic one, and that one was funny, but because that was at the tail end of it all. That was after everything was done. The first one got a light chuckle out of me, but again, that was a case of we should be in serious time right now, and like I said, this woman's just trying to do her job. But the constant beeping, I don't know. Like I said, apparently that was people. I don't know. I'm hearing two different things. That's either a troll with a soundboard, or that's people entering and exiting the call. Like, then either way, that has to be detractors entering and or just trolls entering and exiting the call. Either way, that was a bit too much.
Yeah, do you think Phil was sweating bullets
Dude,
the whole time?
Dude, that motherfucker, like, you could have put on the soundtrack to that would have been Lose Yourself. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Cat spaghetti. Because, Jesus Christ.
More like penne. He doesn't like spaghetti, remember?
Oh, Jesus.
Penne?
Penne. God, cat's penne.
Cat's penne.
He was crying on the inside. Like, no, okay. Court is terrible for anybody who has to go through that. Seriously.
Yeah.
But for someone who knows he could be in deep shit and all eyes are on him, like, it is far fucking worse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, man, it's just crazy. It's crazy that we get to, like, hear this, that we get to hear the actual Phil. And I had no idea he had a middle name. I thought it was just Phil Burnell.
Oh, no, I knew it was Philip P. Purnell.
P. Burnell.
Yeah. But I had no fucking clue his middle name was Paul. Which makes sense, because they cast him as a fucking alien in a goddamn movie. Only two people are gonna get that reference. But no, like, so you got any final thoughts on that?
All I could say is he better keep to whatever stuff he's saying, and, like, in that, and hopefully he remembers what he said, because people will definitely use this against him. Yeah, obviously, because he is known for being a liar. And also, how do you not remember your marriage?
No.
Like, the date you married.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He got home, and she pointed to the calendar and said, "When's our anniversary?" Oh, wait, no, sorry, he didn't get home. He was at home. She was there giving him the stink eye off the side once he said April 2019 and didn't get a goddamn fucking day. Didn't give a number to that. Cat's off the side giving him the fucking stink eye for that. To quote an old goody one, nothing for you tonight.
Oh no!
just to dust off a classic for that one.
Just to open the wound.
Oh god. Alright, you got anything else to add? Because then we're gonna move on to Cyber and see what he has to say about this whole fucking train wreck.
No, that's about it. I just want to thank you for taking my call.
Hey, dude, I put out the link for people to come and say their piece, and yeah, I'm not a dickhead about
it. All right, thank you so much, Dante. Big fan.
Thank you, Batman. Much appreciated, man. Take care of yourself.
All right. Same to you.
Yeah, Cornelius, get him out of here! All right, all right, and let's get okay. Let's see if the Yiffer's ready.
I prefer the term woofer, but hey, you do you, I'm gonna do me.
Well, I mean, I want to be nice. I actually want to be nice today, so I'm not gonna rise to your bullshit. Go on, Sam.
By the way, big ups on your podcast. It's going pretty well, man.
I am. Hopefully we can actually keep it going. Again, yeah, Cyber just put the link. If you guys want to join the Discord, just jump in. Go to the waiting room. We will get you in, and you can give us your hottest take on what just transpired and what you think the fucking future is for Burnell Industries.
Well, we're just waiting on the fall of Paul Burnell Industries.
Don't you mean PP Burnell Industries?
Yeah, I feel like that's a nickname he would have gotten in school. So what's it called?
Yeah, he's Mr. PP. Oh Jesus.
So as a what would you call me, like a half detractor where I come and go for these kind of things, but like I was getting bored of the Phil shenanigans, and then the circles I'm in, they kind of tell me, oh, you should probably catch up. I'm like, okay. So I've been catching up with all this all of LSB stuff, the weekend was it the weekend DSP or something like that?
Weekend DSP, yeah.
So I've been kind of
you're a fringe detractor, I'd say.
What? Because I used to be a fan of Phil.
No, more or less you're on the edge of everything, but you want to stay out of like the
bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
You want to laugh at the train wreck. You don't want to know the intricacies of the train wreck.
And yet somehow not for everybody.
I guess it's because you like herpes. You're just everywhere apparently.
I spread. But like I was saying though, what's it called? So I've been keeping up with all this Phil thing. So I was like paying like this phone call thing kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And I listened to it, heard it again. I've been hearing everyone's take on it. Do you really think that creditor is a troll?
No, that was a troll. There is absolute. I'm not doubting for a second. I will take the L. I will take the L if I am wrong.
So will I.
I will take the fucking L if I am wrong. But I am Cole Phelps in this shit and pressing and smashing X to doubt on that being a fucking creditor.
Get that turbo button on X to doubt.
Oh yeah. 1 second. Where's my Xbox controller? There you go.
Well, he said he worked. Well, he said collections, but he didn't say his specific job title. I mean, I don't know.
Fair enough. And what's it called? So, let's talk about the fact that he got a lot of equipment and a lot of stuff he didn't pay for, but he clearly is writing it off in his taxes, right?
Yes,
the PS4, the PS4 Pro has been donated to him.
Yeah,
the Switch
TV
has been donated to the TV.
Okay, so as far as the Switch, I'm willing to assume they might let him slide on that one for the simple, or at least I'd be letting him slide him, because you've got to remember, I think the first one bricked, and then another person donated the second one. So he did. Then again, he did get his money back for that Switch, the first Switch, didn't he?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's some bullshit. That's some old bullshit.
And then
one thing that wasn't on there, and I don't mean to cut Cyber off. What about the Sega Mini?
No, he's completely right. The Sega Mini. Oh, the NES Mini and the SNES Mini.
What else was there? Also, he's been getting Amazon credit. He's been getting games gifted to him. eShop credit. Right?
PSN credit.
PSN credit.
Like, how can he say that Nintendo's not $50? That's only $20 a year.
By the way, hey, Darth Vader.
Exactly. Oh, let me post a link again.
Yeah, it's over for him. Here's the thing, and Nick Recader brought this over. Unless they can prove without a shadow of a doubt, at least to my knowledge, unless they can prove without a shadow of a doubt, he lied with malice intent to try and get away from all of this. He's not going to jail. Because
he's going to get fined heavily, but
fuck yeah! The thing is, they don't want to throw this man in jail because they want him to give them their money. They are Stewie to Phil's Brian in this situation. They are going to beat the shit out of him while repeatedly screaming, "Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money?"
I would prefer the whole entire Riley after Santa Claus. That nigga gonna pay what he owed.
Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh God! I need that as a sound clip. Oh, you should be happy you're Puerto Rican because you can get away with that shit.
Yes, yes, I can. I've mentioned this more. I literally come from the rough part of Connecticut.
Yeah, you grew up on the mean streets of Connecticut.
I am what you considered hood or ghetto.
Oh, trash.
As in, I got my ass out of there.
Yep. Unfortunately, it kind of followed you, but that's personal, so I won't follow that up.
Well, yeah.
That's an inside joke between me and you.
No, I know.
But yeah, hello, Darth Vader. I wasn't ignoring you. Sorry, just obviously we're in a call. Don't pass go. Don't go. No, don't pass go. don't pass go, don't go to jail, but give us more than $200. Nice, I like that. That's what Diconius. No, he is literally going to be panhandling on the side, like legit, pay off all of this money.
Would any of the what's it called, game share stuff, like would that be like a thing? Like anything Cat bought, he probably may have kept the receipts for.
No, because
he's filing on his own.
Yeah, he's filing on his own. Like this is not falling under the Cat. He was very specific about that.
Okay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a lawyer. I'm only going off with the information I know and what knowledge I can go off.
Yeah, pretty much the same for anybody here. That's why I leave that shit to Nick Gator, because he's actually a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because only Google can only help me so much.
Yeah.
All right, Saul Goodman.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, what else you got? What else are you taking away from this, as far as like in its entirety?
Again, DSP lied under oath, so I don't know how much trouble he can get for that. Like, I wanted to focus on the whole.
You can get some serious shit for lying under oath.
And I wanted to focus on the whole, if the creditor was a troll or not. But I guess we have a whole entire group answer that it has to be a troll. I'm on the fence personally.
There are some people in chat who have been saying that they think it's legit. I just find okay. So the reason why I'm thinking that it is a troll. The reason why I'm thinking it's a troll is twofold. One, the question is a question that detractors have been bringing up for a while since the documents came out. That is what we would call a gotcha question. You know what I mean? Like, that is a question that people would be asking Burnett at Phil. Like, just straight off the bat. Like, that would have been the opening fucking statement for Phil. Or to Phil. Like, the opening question. But no one asked that. But it's a question all of us detractors consider a gotcha moment. So that's one reason why I think it's a detractor. Second of all, we know there was detractors in there.
Also, we probably maybe we would have gotten more of creditors too on top of that, right? To actually, just stack and stack and stack on.
Yeah, and the fact that there wasn't the fact that there was just one creditor in there, and he asked that exact specific question.
But he did file that publicly though about how he makes 5,000 and all this. That's where I thought it seemed like legit on my thought process.
Yeah, but it wasn't okay, so from what I understood from that was in the original filing, not the addended filing, which is what they should have been, which is what they were talking about. If that, I think, like I said, from my knowledge, at least. I don't know, like, I find it suspect, but like I said, I'm willing to take the L on this if I'm wrong.
I mean, at the end of the day, we won't know until like a couple weeks, until maybe someone on Twitter is like, "Hey, I was the one on the phone call. Oh, no. I was the one with the soundboard."
Oh yeah, and the thing is, the moment they say that, they're fucked. Like I turned around and said, if it is a troll, and they weren't who they say they were, like
they are on Kiwi. They are on Kiwi Farm. Kiwi Farms is going to be on their ass.
Not just no, Kiwi Farms is probably gonna fucking pat him on the back and say good job. But no, what that is like I turned around and said, I think that's gonna get what Phil said about that stricken from the record, meaning that it's going to be useless in the end. Because you asked someone, you how do I say this? You were telling someone under oath. You were asking a question of someone under oath under false pretenses. That's it. You were asking someone a question under false pretenses. You were asking someone under oath a question under false pretenses when they thought you were one thing, but you were actually another.
Also, so it makes it null and void.
Pretty much. I believe that would make it null and void.
Oh, the whole entire two wrongs will make a right.
Kind of, but it's also a legal thing. Like it's the same. It's the same thing of if like you were in court and I just happen to fake that I'm the prosecutor. I just walk in and you're under oath and I'm saying, so, Mr. Dickhead, you say you didn't take the money, but you have such and such in your bank account. Like, I've got this, what I think is a gotcha question, and you're stumbling over yourself and all that shit, and it's making you look real guilty. I leave the room, and then the real prosecutor walks in. Like, what you just said would be what you would have said would have been stricken from the record, considering you was being asked a question under oath under false pretenses. Like, you thought I was a prosecutor, but I wasn't.
And it makes the real person's job even harder.
Exactly.
Well, but also at the end of the day, anybody can Google this kind of information. Actually, no. Can you get Google?
This was apparently
Burnell production.
I don't think you can, but I think this was from what I was told. This is apparently a public call, which makes no fucking sense to me why they did that.
I say your country's weird and I don't get it, but my country's fucking up its own ass, man.
Especially when you get 60 people in one call.
I love my country, but I'm confused by it.
Bill's biggest surprise is a fucking cat. It is. That wasn't the biggest surprise. Oh god! Like I said, this whole thing is a mess because it's a public hearing. Yes, it is yeah, obviously it was a public hearing. Yeah, obviously, so anybody could go in, but it's still fucking stupid. Because I mean. Okay, I'll use this as an example. In real, if this happened in a real courtroom and someone took a fucking soundboard, their fucking ass would be ejected so goddamn fast. They'd think they'd step backwards in time.
Won't they get like what's it called when you interrupt a court case, like contempt of court or something like
contempt. You'd get contempt of court.
Yeah, isn't that like actual jail time you can get for?
I don't think jail time. I mean, maybe I'm not
like a night in the cell kind of thing.
I'm not sure if anybody else knows.
Because I hear lawyers can legitimately get what's it called?
Get that
contempt of court if they pull some Phoenix Wright shit.
Timeout, not jail time. it's a time. See, you're looking at it the wrong way, Cyrus. It's not jail time. It's a timeout.
I grew up with Ace Attorney and Law and Order. That's all I have to go off of.
Okay, here we go. The court's power to punish for contempt includes fines and or jail time. Incarceration is generally just a threat, and if imposed, usually brief. And it probably varies by state, too.
Yeah, it does vary. It would vary by state.
Comp says sit in the timeout corner.
I've been getting into hockey. I would call that the sin bin.
I call them the bench warmers. But yeah, I mean, this... But yeah, I mean, this was maybe for real Phil will get swatted. I mean, here's the thing. Though it wasn't as severe as he fucking made it out to be, he did get swatted. Like, he did. Like, cops showed up.
Sorry if I'm spamming your chat with the Discord link. I just want to make sure everyone can see it.
Everyone has a chance to get in, which I don't see anyone else in the waiting room.
Nope, nobody else in there.
Ami, you got a mic? Come on, let's hear that beautiful voice.
No one wants to hear my voice. Why do you reckon barely anybody watches my shit? Anyway, hold on. It could have been a big deal, though. Hold on. Oh, it could have been a big deal. Oh, yeah, Phil almost died. Oh, yeah, he almost died. Yeah, which is worse because honestly, the exact same thing that happened to Phil happened to Review Tech USA.
Which was very recent.
Yep. Like the exact same situation. Like, no shit. What happened to Review Tech USA pretty much step for step happened with Phil, but Review Tech USA actually played it out as it seemed to have happened. Like, the cops showed up, they asked questions, they came in, searched the room, and fucked off.
I was gonna say, is it just me, or is it Review Tech USA is actually having a good redemption arc? Like, I wasn't a fan of him. Like, yeah, he's losing weight. He's actually enjoying his streams.
Yes, I saw the video of him getting swatted, and the first thing I saw when I looked at him, first thing I thought was, dude, did you lose weight?
Get in the ring!
Get in the ring? No, I'd say that to Tonka Saw, because the fucker pussied out getting into a ring. No, like, I looked at him, I was like, homeboy, did you lose weight? Dude, you're looking better. Well done. Well done.
And I don't know, like, again, like, hey, this shows that, hey, lolcows can redeem themselves.
Oh yeah, it just takes a lot. I think with Rich, I think with Rich, with everything that I know, like with Rich, it seemed more like it was just a period of retardation, and then he kind of wised the fuck up to, oh, no, I need to sort some shit out, otherwise things are not. I'm not in a literal sense, but in a figurative sense, I'm not gonna last long. I'm not gonna last as long. Which is weird because it seems like Jeremy's just slowly slipping into being a lol cow at some points.
Who's Jeremy? You see the quartering?
Quartering.
Oh, okay, quarter pounder.
The quarter pounder. Fuck. God damn it.
Hey, I've been getting back at my insult game.
And nice people can be lol cows. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that towards me because I'm a nice guy?
No. It was Comp that said it, not me.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. He said there were 20 officers in full SWAT armor ready to knock the door down and go and have a go with them.
He's like, FBI, open up! Oh god. Oh god.
It's like during like your commercials.
You know what it is? Fuck memology for this, goddammit, because he's the fucker that got stuck in my head. Phil's interpretation of being swatted was what happens at the end of some of memology's older videos, where the fuck is the ladies and gentlemen, we got him, where they blow open the fucking door and they come in force, come through the fucking roof and pepper spray the grandma. Like, that is Phil's interpretation of how he got swatted. Oh Jesus! It's fucking stupid. It really is.
The detractor community has a lot of bad that outweighs the good, honestly.
Oh yeah, there's an equal measurement of bad and good. Like I've turned around and said, like, in my opinion, like the stupid, I don't want to say stupid because someone's gonna fuck.
Okay, how about this? How about we call them the unintended
assholes?
What do you call it? Someone who's is it assholes or more like the unintended helpers? Someone who shouldn't be helping, but they want to throw their 2 cents in anyway.
Yeah, okay, we'll call them the unintended helpers to be polite. Like the guy, like the dudes with the soundboards. Like, I get the laugh, I do. You did make me chuckle, but
that's some hard clout chasing, though.
Yeah, that's some that is just a bit that is just above sucking dick for clout. Seriously,
it was a bit unnecessary. Yeah.
Okay, Porsche brings up a good point. He lost weight because he wanted to live longer to be with his kids.
That's fine. Like, again, like I said, like. I wasn't really commenting on his weight. I was more commenting on some of Rich's comments. But
his videos don't seem so clickbaity anymore.
Like, it was just more. It was just. But I mean, as far as the weight loss, I mean, it comes down to his health and the betterment of his life, and I'm glad for him. Just wish Wings would take it that serious.
And Boogie.
Well, no, Boogie's losing them toes, man.
Oof. Okay, you know, if you're gonna mention Buggy, the biggest thing that bugs me the most about Buggy, and, you know, in some regards I can understand it, in some I can't, is his fucking teeth.
Oh.
Like, they look so fake. Like, I know they are. Like, but there's convincing fake, and then there's fake. And then there's what he's got that look like fucking piano keys.
Oh.
Try and get that image out your head.
Wait, before I go off, though... Oh, Junk, the waiting room's filling up. Oh, before I get off, though, I would like to talk about something really short. It has nothing to do with the whole entire, the court... If that's all right?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Did you hear the recent stream about, you heard a baby crying in the background from DSP's,
Okay, you cut out. All I heard was baby crying in recent DSP, then boom, gone.
It was like the Call of Duty or some shit stream. There was a baby crying in the background. DSP is trying to play it off as the fridge. Do you think Phil has a secret kid, like how he kept Jasper hidden?
You're gonna have to link me that. You're gonna have to fucking link me that so I can look.
Remember, he lives in
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, remember, he does live in a condo, so that means other people live around him.
See, okay, Jesus fucking Christ.
But those walls are thick, though. He
okay.
He has his phone blocking.
Help the ignorant Englishman. Is a condo basically just a fucking large apartment?
Kind of, yeah.
Like it's like almost like it's not a 2-story fucking thing, is it?
Well, some could actually have a
his is not 2 stories though, is it?
Yeah, it's 2 floors.
Oh, so it's basically a 2-floor It's basically a 2-floor apartment.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Big what? I mean, fuck off, son. I'm doing work. You're gonna have to link me, but
yeah,
I mean,
I'll look for it. I'll find it for you. What's it called? But
and
I just want to say.
Okay,
oh,
there's a
sorry.
reason.
No, go ahead.
No. It's just a case of if that's the case that if it's his next door neighbor, we would have like. The thing is, I'll listen to it and make a judgment call on that. But my thing is if you could hear a baby crying through the wall, at least if it's his neighbor, you'd be hearing a lot more sounds than just a baby crying. You know what I mean? Like you'd hear like music or like we'd be hearing a lot more noise from his neighbors in like just regards from general noise, like a loud TV or music or some shit like that. We'd be hearing that as well. Like, but a baby's cry could pierce through the fucking wall. That's making me doubt.
Well, I just want to throw out my little Theo theory that maybe what's it called? Maybe Cat's probably babysitting kids in the neighborhood to make a little extra money. Just because, everyone is, talking about the whole, like, not everyone. Again, like, I'm just from my circles I'm part of, I'm hearing retweets and stuff about, like, does Phil have a kid? Why is Phil, like, trying to hide this baby thing with a refrigerator?
No.
A refrigerator sounds nothing like a baby.
No, it doesn't. And honestly, if it was a kid, he would have to, we're gonna see aside this shit. God damn it. If they did have a kid, that would have come up on the forums as well.
Oh, I found the link. I'm gonna post. Do you want me to post it in the Discord or just like message
Discord? Like as far as bankruptcy goes, he would need to file that he is, because you have to in a lot of forms. You need to.
Big ups to Angel Proper for finding this or for noticing this, by the way.
Yeah, that's Agent Proper. I need to get him onto the podcast. But no, like, here's the thing. If it was, as far as taxes go, because a lot of forms ask you to state if you're married, the name of your spouse, and if you have children, I'd assume that the tax form would definitely be one of those cases. Or this bankruptcy would ask, are you married? Yes, no, name of spouse, or do you have children? Yes or no. You know what I mean? Because they even brought up the fact that you are married, correct? And you had to clarify yes. And how long have you been married? And so they'd have to bring up if you had a child and how old is the child. Or at least they would have brought it up in the court hearing.
Yeah. I wanted to leave you guys with something else to talk about, just in case I burned through all the. What's it called? The court case thing. If anyone has any other hot takes, hey, but I also left another thing for you guys to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll definitely get onto that as soon as Marquise is come in. We'll leave Batman for now. No offense, Batman, because you just come in, but we'll bring Marquise in and Middleton in to see what his take is. And then we'll look at this video, and then we'll get some more hot takes, woke takes.
Porsche's.
All right, okay, well, I'm gonna be off though, so I just want to say thanks for having me on. Hope to be on another podcast, and I will catch you guys later.
All right, Declonius, get him out of here!
Get him out of here! Yeah, Porsche says it could have been Jasper crying too.
I'm trying to find. Okay, mute me. I'm trying to think of it.
Yo, Dante. Declan, what's up?
Hey, Milton. God damn it.
Doing good.
Do you have echo or you need to be muted?
Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. And ourselves.
Okay. Alright. So what was y'all talking about?
We were talking about. Is there any chance you could stop doing? God, I can't talk when I can hear myself like this. Is there any way you can mute that?
Try turning him down.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You can see what. God. Okay, Middleton. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to ask you to leave because we can't. I cannot deal with that.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
It's all good.
If you can,
It's all good.
if you go into the waiting room and ask if someone could help you with that. But like that, all I can hear is myself talking with myself. And yeah,
Okay, so
it's cool. Don't worry about it.
It's cool.
Right, anyway, your stream is probably playing in the background. It probably is, Batman. It probably is, or I'm not entirely sure. But hopefully someone can give him a hand with that. Now, as far as this video, bollocks, it's a Twitter video, so I'm not going to be able to... Diaconis, you're going to have to watch on stream real quick, and once you're done, just come back in. Not come back in, but unmute or whatever. But I'm just gonna play this, and we can have a laugh at the stupidity. Look.
Okay.
The fridge is noisy, you hear it? It's fucking loud.
Right. Okay. So give me a sec. Okay. So.
The fridge is noisy, you hear it? It's fucking loud.
Yeah, that ain't a fridge, but I need to rip the audio and isolate that.
The fridge is noisy, you hear it? It's fucking loud.
I have no idea, because I'm sure the audio is cranked up on this like a motherfucker. But I don't think Phil can hear that. I think what Phil might be referencing is there's actually a fridge in that kitchen. Like, in the kitchen in the game. Like, give me a second. Right there. Hold on, give me a sec, let me bring it up. Bring up the video. There's a fridge right there. I think that is what he's referencing. I think he thinks that fridge is making the noise. Because if you listen, there's... Like I said, I don't know what... There is audible background noise. There is audio background noise. If you listen... Yeah, okay, so he is okay, so no, he is talking about that fridge. He's not putting it off. Like, I don't think Phil can hear that sound. Like that crying. I don't know what, I can't tell you what that is. Good pizza. Right. So as I was saying, I don't think Phil can hear that sound in the background. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'd need to isolate that sound as best I could to hear it. But if you actually listen, I don't think Phil is playing this off. If you actually listen to the audio, it does get noticeably louder once Phil passes this fridge. Just listen very carefully.
The fridge is noisy, you hear it? It's fucking loud.
Yeah, no, I do think Phil is actually being legit there. I don't think he hears that noise. I actually think that fridge is actually pretty loud in game, and that's what he's referencing, because you can hear the audio slowly creep up the closer he gets to that fridge and while he's looking at it.
Yeah, I heard something too. I don't know if it's in the game or if it's...
Yeah, as far as that crying, you can audibly hear that cry. You can. I just don't know what the fuck that is.
The fridge is noisy, you hear it? It's fucking loud.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, as far as Phil, I think he's actually being on the level there. I don't think he's being ignorant or stupid or playing it off. I think that is legitimately the fridge in the game making that sound. Which is fucking weird, because that is a loud-ass fridge. But as far as that sound, no, I don't know. It could be a cat, but like I said, I need to somehow rip this audio and look at the audio. Like, isolate that shit. Like, legitimately go full fucking CSI on that shit. It's weird. Alright, so we got any other business people wants to take care of? Hold on, wait a minute, someone just... I know what the problem is, homie. It's my mic. It's causing all the trouble. Sorry. Middleton, relax. It's fine. Fine. We all have audio. We all have issues. I mean, for fuck's sake, look at the beginning of the stream. It was fucking awful. Alright.
So what brand pizza eating?
I go from a place called Big Bite. But it's in a generic like pizza box. Like in movies they have that generic in specifically the movie It, they have that generic brand beer. This is generic branded pizza. Freshly delicious with an Italian flag on it, because we can't help but stereotype. No, I've never heard of Crimson Sky. What about you, Dad Coins? You ever heard of Crimson Sky?
Crimson Sky. Mm-mm. We've heard of Deathstroke and Deadshot, so...
Oh, Deathstroke or Deadshot. Okay, who do I prefer? Deathstroke. Because Deathstroke has a more interesting backstory. But then if you put it against Will Smith Deadshot, then Deadshot all the way. Because Will Smith is always a win. Even in shitty movies, Will Smith is always a win. That's why I like Wild Wild West. I'm one of like 2 people in existence. We're the last 2 people in existence. Every other person who likes Wild Wild West has been killed off. And that's why I'm very determined to find out no one knows who I really am. So there can only be one. But yeah, I mean, we really got nothing to talk about. We did the interview. We did a little extra. Unless we've got more people who want to come in and talk about that audio. I
mean, I'm convinced it's either one of 2 things. Either it's Jasper crying or it's an actual baby.
Mm-hmm. I'm just doubting it's him. Oh, sorry, I'm doubting it's his.
So while you're eating, did
you
enjoy the interview?
Crimson Sky. No, okay. Now I remember who Crimson Sky is. He played Deathstroke in Injustice 1 against Phil in the online matches.
Oh, that's right. That dude. Pretty much zoning him like with the gun. Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, David Cortez just won a comment of the night. It's Cat crying about her life. You want to play the fucking game? Oh god, what have you done? Fuck it, god damn it, Vader.
So did you at least enjoy?
Oh, dude, I enjoyed the interview. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's all I was about to ask.
Yeah, dude, I've enjoyed this whole podcast, really. But I definitely enjoyed the interview. It helped soothe my ego and made me feel important. But yeah, I mean, unless watch this, I'll fucking end the podcast, and then some new fucking hot take is gonna come out about Phil, and I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, if I just lasted like 2 more seconds. All right, well, I'm gonna end the podcast for today, guys, because I'm gonna eat this pizza. I've got some Doom Eternal videos that need fucking editing, unfortunately. Sorry, Batman, we didn't get back to you, brother. But you're definitely going to be top priority on the next podcast. Hopefully in 2 weeks. It's just going to unless we got something to talk about. Next podcast is just going to be shooting the shit, just talking about just random crap. Yeah.
Oh.
So everybody knows.
Do you need I was about to ask. Do you need a permanent co-host?
Well, if you want to be the permanent co-host, you got the job.
Cool.
I just can't. I don't want it to be Cyber because I don't want Cyber upstaging me.
But if you want to if you want to whore yourself out, dude, I got nothing to say about myself because I don't have YouTube anymore. So whore your channel out as much as you want.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, guys, well, I'm going to end it for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, next week is going to be the week of Twilight, as I promised. It's going to be the week of Twilight from the Game Grumps. Hope to see you all there, and I hope you all enjoyed today's podcast, or the late night cast, as I officially called it. And I will see you all next week, so take care, everybody.
And you can find Dante on OnlyFans.com.
Fuck off.